In the zone, 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 podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. 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 In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. 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 In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone.
Did y'all enjoy the theme music? Herb did. Hey.
That was some real official Chicago authentic intro music. It's original. That's dope.
All right, let me be a podcaster.
Uh-oh.
Yo, what up, what up? This is Sean Watts. I can't do Brian's intro. Hey, guys, how y'all doing?
tough.
It's me, it's Sean.
Sounds very inauthentic.
I know. I'm sorry. I tried really hard. But I'm excited. Welcome, ITZ. I'm happy to have you guys. I always love seeing you, so make sure you are commenting today. Before we get into who's here, I think you guys know what we're going to be talking about. We're talking about SEX, everybody's favorite topic. We haven't talked about it in a while on this podcast. We've been all highbrow and drafting.
Really?
Right.
Yeah. It's
trying to be all serious and
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Next thing you know, we're going to do a podcast
So
about
off-brand.
Israel and the Palestinians.
You know what? I do want to do one on Israel and Palestine,
You're getting me
but
fired, dogs.
I don't know anybody who can come in here and talk about that. But that's another podcast for another day. So now that we know we're going to be naughty, I hope they're going to be naughty on this show. Let's talk about who is on the show. Before that, Brian is here, but he's pretending not to be here like I did a couple of podcasts ago. So perhaps he'll show his face if I ask the right question.
Be false.
But our faux be false for the day, Jen Lee. Hey, the very infamous Jen Lee. She's on our show all the time. Y'all know her. She leads little to no introduction at this point. You happy to be here? Hey.
So thrilled to roll down from the north side in this weather.
Came in the dough line, too.
You know
Came
what?
in the dough line.
This man don't even know me. So anyway,
We're going to get to know
who's
each other
next?
today.
Who's next?
You did kind of kick it off.
Did she come in the dough line?
Listen, I'm
kinda kicked it off.
sober. Let's just keep it that way.
It's cool.
Oh my God. Well, I guess we'll also, everybody, we only have one ITZ version. We'll go to another alum. Hey, Herb Howard from the Intellectual Thuggery Herb and 2 podcast. How you doing?
I'm phenomenal. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here, man. I feel like I ain't been here hanging out with y'all in a while. I kind of miss y'all. I absolutely miss y'all.
Oh, we need to
sure.
have you here more often.
I'm not y'all are reckless. I can't hang out with y'all that often in the studio, but I love y'all. You and B, y'all my people. So I just miss y'all in general.
Aw. Brian's
so
over there
sweet.
crying in the corner.
Right. I want to know how you gonna lead into Lance after that?
And while he is an ITZ virgin, because he's never been on the show, he is absolutely not a stranger at all.
Somebody can get lying about just starting.
That's another good question. What are you, virgins? Area of your body that's
Wait, goddamn.
Wow.
Can I intro
She
Lance first?
come right at you.
Sorry.
That's how we do
That's
it.
what I do for a living.
We barely even got my name out.
Lance.
So let's try this again. He is highly infamous from the Pardon My Ugly, now Pardon My Ugly exclusive
Absolutely.
group, the Pardon My
Absolutely.
Ugly podcast, and I think it's a sports podcast now.
Yeah, that's another group.
Lance,
What's happening? How y'all doing?
good. You excited to be here?
Absolutely. I've been wanting to come for a minute now. It's a pleasure. It's a
Why
pleasure.
didn't you tell us earlier? We could have been had you
I
on.
don't know. I ain't one for just jumping out there like that. But I was like, you know what? I seen the little post you put up. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and throw my hat in the ring.
We are
man.
definitely
scared.
excited to have you. People were surprised and shocked you were gonna come,
I heard.
but but we're excited to have you
Alright.
here. It's gonna be oodles of fun. Now that wasn't necessarily, and we can give some background, Jen, of how we even landed on this topic, right?
Your version is gonna be too PC.
Okay, well, fuck it, you go ahead.
So Chantel and I were on the telephone.
We were.
Doing as women do, and the topic of sex came up. And we both started talking about good sex, bad sex, the last time we had raunchy sex, etc. And I was like, we need to talk about this because it's men out here who can't kiss, who can't lick vaginas properly.
Why are we rolling our eyes
And
already?
Nuts.
Chantel and I was like, so then we started going through like just different experiences, and I was like, we got to talk about. That's when I made the post in the group, like we got to talk about this because I'm 52 and I'm just irritated at the bad that's out here.
So I mean,
gonna walk away from
gentlemen,
this
wait a
page even more.
second.
Right. I know that you're amazing, and I know that you're amazing.
I don't know what
but
I
some
am.
of your brethren. And you could look at the comments. You're gonna see women who talk. I mean, there was a whole group in the PMU. They talked about baby licks. You remember them girls? I forgot their name, but they talked about the baby licks. You know what I mean? They lick your like that.
I don't remember, but I'm
I
sure
do.
it happened because
It did. and
I'm sure it
and I
happened.
just like if I had never experienced myself, I wouldn't believe it. But there are men out there who would get down between your legs and do this.
And how long did this
I
happen?
will definitely. I've definitely never had that.
For me, it's happened once, and it was about. I thought about him today because I couldn't remember his last name, which was so bad.
You still thinking about
mean,
it?
you better
Wasn't
No,
that
because I was
Most of these
going. I went through my sexual Rolodex, and I was like, baby liquor, and then that just took me down a whole little rabbit hole. But anyway,
All right. Okay. All right.
And there is the story of how we landed on this topic. So my thought was, let's have men on to talk, maybe give some advice to the baby licks and the bad kissers.
no, they're not. They're gonna be like, there's no such thing. It's your fault he was the baby liquor.
I can't tell you what another man does. I can't
see?
attest to.
But
Versus if
Yeah.
you told us if you received a bad blowjob, I could tell you why. Because I have friends who give bad blowjobs.
I can tell
How
you
would you
why.
know that?
I have
Because
a
we
dick.
talk about it.
So they tell you they're not good at giving head.
Yes.
Okay.
They do. We
I don't
talk,
think
as
too many
women, we
men are
talk
telling their
about
guy
it.
like,
Wait,
dog,
there
I
are
really
women who
suck
say
at
they are bad at giving
giving
head?
head. I've never had a
Okay,
conversation
sure,
like
like-
that.
Really?
I think women are far more expressive to. Women get far more detailed when they talk about sex. When men talk about sex, it be brief. It be like, "Oh, you hit?
Yeah, I hit.
She gave you head? Oh,
Yes.
That's about the end of the
So
conversation."
he wouldn't say, okay, she gave you head. That couldn't be followed with, yes, it was terrible. She used her teeth. Da da da. I mean, you wouldn't.
He might, but we just don't be asking a bunch of questions like that. Like I'm not fucking her. I don't care.
Oh no, we ask all kinds.
Nah,
I know.
if it's extreme to one end or the other, then yeah. If it's extremely down in this end of the spectrum, like yeah, her shit was crazy. She was
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even my guy
Or
friends
if
have
if
told
it
me
was trash,
about.
like that shit was huff. I immediately like, sweetheart, stop. This is not gonna work out.
My guy friends have told me about bad experiences. So I don't know why you guys aren't sharing.
So-
but I think that's part of the stress that you carry as men, and you should release it.
Okay,
So
let
they
me
should
put
talk
let me-
about
let me-
bad
now, since you want to make it there, my whole premise on this whole thing, right? I'm gonna lay my premise
How did
out
we land
for this
there?
entire conversation. I think that, dude, you say you 52 years old?
Yeah.
All right, at 52 years old, to be having men give you bad head or bad at kissing, I blame that 1,000% on women.
Oh, let's fight.
Okay.
Let me in the face.
100%.
so-
That is 100%
That was one. I
y'all's
think
fault.
Chantel said that.
So that's kind of my theory, that the reason that some men, clearly not all men, it's not a monolith, right? But the ones that are bad at head and the bad at kissing
It's y'all fault.
is because some woman either didn't correct it or enjoyed it, so he just kept going.
Period.
No.
That's what we said about
So
y'all.
my thought is, it's a difficult conversation. Like I tried to tell the baby licker that he wasn't doing well,
Then-
but it's a difficult conversation.
Sure.
It's not
But
easy.
y'all be the ones like, we need to have these difficult conversations. We need to have these unless somebody's sucking on your stuff the wrong way, then you like, it's cool. I don't want to hurt his feelings now.
No,
Fuck
I
his
just
feelings.
like that's
send
what
them out here in
you
the
ghost
world.
them. You ghost them. I'm sending you out. Go baby lick the next chick. I'm
Cool,
not
but
I'm not doing it.
You put him back in rotation thinking he got the ability and he doesn't. It's everybody's responsibility. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not gonna let a woman leave my bedroom having no idea what she's doing. Now I might stop her because I don't like this. I'm not gonna fake it with you for a half hour. I don't
Are
like
you gonna
this.
say,
You can
I don't
stop.
like this?
But yeah, absolutely.
Are you gonna give pointers, or are you just gonna be
Sure.
I
like,
was just
just
about
stop?
to ask.
I'll do that through the process. Don't do that. Do this. More of that. Less of this. Do it like that. Don't do it like this. But if you ain't, look, we could just,
I got a question.
we could just be cool.
You
So-
doing that on the first go round?
Right.
Yes, G, we're not doing it.
Yeah,
Bruh.
I'm
See,
not. I
it's-
got to be
thank
vested.
you.
Yeah, I
Thank
gotta
you.
be vested. If I ain't invested,
Right. If
Wait,
I'm
so you
not
gonna,
vested,
hold on,
I'm
you
like
gonna sit there and
this.
take the bad head?
well, I'm going to stop the bad head, then we going to get the fucking.
Yes.
In which I basically
Let's just
control
skip-
the show unless she ride me. It's my show, right? For the most part.
But what if she's riding you poorly?
You got to be pretty terrible to ride somebody poorly. To like
I
ride somebody.
mean,
Well,
are you trying to
listen,
tell me
if
that's
all-
not a thing?
So listen,
Poor rides
it
are
is a
a
thing. Listen, I'm gonna tell you overall, I think most women are just very average at sex. In general, I think y'all very average, and the reason y'all very average because most men won't
Just be
tell
happy
you.
to
Is
hit.
this me?
Well, most men won't tell you that you not good.
They just be happy to hit.
Because if you average with me, then you probably just won't get around too. Like,
Brian
I'm
is
not
shaking his
invested
head
on
in the
teaching you. You
background.
ain't my chick. I just don't want you back.
Okay.
Wait. Are you, so wait, rewind a bit.
Please.
So you telling me, first, I've never fucked a woman, so I don't have an opinion on that, right? But you're saying most women are average at
In my
best.
opinion, yeah.
And you've never girlfriend or wifed, well, probably shouldn't say wife, sorry, we don't want to put them out there. You've never girlfriend any of the average.
Hell no. Why would I do that?
That's crazy.
I'm a
Okay,
sign up
so
for
then
Midway?
so then my
That's
next
crazy.
question is, what makes her average? And this is where I know the answers to, but I just want to hear what he says.
You know the answer.
The
I'm
way
like,
they-
yeah, I wanna hear it. I wanna hear it.
Because-
I know the answer.
Because
I'm
I've
asking.
heard men say, "Oh, she just laid there. She didn't initiate it.
I don't
She's
think that's
bad
not
at
average.
head."
That's
That's
bad.
bad.
Oh, okay.
That's some real woman shit
Yeah,
right there.
right.
I'm gonna ask you this, but I know the answer. Like,
I know.
never mind you penis-carrying members of society. I'm gonna tell you what's wrong.
Y'all
out
ain't the
here.
first dudes I done talked to.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Can we
makes
actually get an answer?
So when I say average, so in general, unless you're riding a man, he's controlling the show, right? So your job is kind of minimum other than fucking him back, like finding the rhythm. But other than that, like we running the show. But a lot of women swear they got great sex, and I think what they're confusing is they may have, we can cuss all we want here, right? They may have good pussy.
I mean, you might want to, be able to get some words in between the curses just so
Yeah.
people can.
So
decide what
she
to
may
say.
have good pussy, but that don't mean she has good sex. Pussy is how it feels. Sex is how you work it. So a lot of women think they got great pussy. It's my pussy get wet, it do all this, it got grip. That's cool, but you can't ride a dick for more than 15 seconds without the check engine light come on, your knees smoking and shit.
I got bad knees.
You ain't got the proper back bend. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to say I get a lot of complaints about how much I curse on this show. Thank you, Lance, for coming on the show. I think you put me into much perspective.
I try to be a lady sometimes.
Yeah, but that's basically what I mean by average. Like, most men, unlike him, he say he tell off top because I don't really tell unless I'm interested in keep sleeping with her. Don't tell y'all when y'all bad because they want to keep screwing, and women not great at hearing bad news, especially about things like that, get into your insecurity. He's scared of losing a sexual partner, so he might just let it ride.
And Brian is shaking his head. Herb.
Yes, ma'am.
Your reaction to what Lance has shared. First, do you agree that most women are just meh at best?
Nah, I think that, yeah, I mean, average is average. That's why it's the average, right? You know what I mean? It's the median. You know what I mean? You got some people that's above and some people that's superstars and some people that fail the class. The median is the median for a reason. So yeah, I do agree with the premise. But I think that it's based upon the fact that most niggas just happy to hit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so they're not gonna tell you.
This ain't. I'm not really that excited just because you said you'd have sex with me. I said I have sex with you too. You should be excited just as much as I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned. So I don't feel like this is a special treat for me. This is a special day.
It's a special treat.
Hopefully we can make a special evening, a special experience. That'd be phenomenal.
But
just because, right? But I'm saying. That because most niggas just be happy to hit, the women show up like, all right, I'm giving him some pussy. We giving each other something. This ain't what DMX. I gave you what you gave me, but like,
let me ask you,
knock it off.
Your first time around, do you hold back or you go in? Your first time with a woman.
That's a phenomenal question.
Do you give them your?
Because I think women hold back their first time.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So then that's the problem right there.
Do you give your A game?
Not A+.
But an A?
Yeah. Because like I don't even, we ain't never done it before. You're not gonna go, you're gonna leave him like, oh, Herb couldn't bone. You a fucking lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's not true. So we're not gonna send you out there with that narrative. I do believe that you can't give everybody A+ dick because people be crazy. Right. So I agree with that. But I don't know if I want to hit again. So I'm definitely gonna leave at least a comeback. I'm gonna give you some comeback dick. You know what I'm saying? Now
we need to write down these terms.
Comeback
dick? A+ comeback dick. So, because these are things we can talk about later amongst our friends.
Now, if I give you that, if I start getting a little crazy vibes, that next time might be B-. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't gotta talk no more type shit.
I thought about the just okay dick that I had today, and I was like, why was it okay?
You had it today?
No, not today. I thought about it today. I thought about it today. And what the conclusion. Yeah, right. Sorry. I didn't have sex today. The conclusion that I came to is the reason why it was mediocre was because I didn't want to fuck him in the first place. So I wasn't mentally there. And so that could be a me thing, or that could be
Lance doesn't even understand
you just running past stop signs like crazy.
Commonality.
Nice.
But I do believe that women have to be mentally ready to fuck in order for it to be more than average. Now I will say that some of my friends can just fuck randoms and it's okay. For me, I can't. Like, I like to talk.
So when
I'm
you
a
say
talker.
Mentally ready, Jan, all right, what are you saying? Like, you got to yo-ho Reiki before you get
so
there?
So I know before a man is coming to my house if we're going to have sex or not. And if I haven't given myself the okay, then it's not going to be good. And
so how do you sleep with somebody you don't?
No, because it's not. So it's not that I don't want to. It's just that I don't feel like I'm mentally ready to.
And why you send that text?
And so we were like, in each of these situations, we were actually dating, and I felt like we kind of rushed. You know, y'all are impatient. Kind of rushed to bed, and I was not. Ready. And so because I wasn't ready, the sex was just And so that's my hypothesis.
Now, what you think he thought of that sex?
I thought he thought it was too. I'm sure I probably got some, bad pussy reports out there. Because for me, he definitely got some bad dick reports. Because I was like in one case, I was like, can we just stop? I'm sure that wasn't a good report.
So wait a minute. So for me, I don't need all that self prep. I don't need that.
You ain't got a pregame before sex.
What I do need is the mental foreplay, right? I need you to be talking to me beforehand, all the whatever we decide to do that's going to get us ramped up. You don't need any of that. You need to
I need
like
all of that plus. Like, so I jokingly say, like, if you don't know my mother's name, then we can't have sex.
That's crazy.
And but I'm
I
saying
definitely
that
don't need you to know my mother's
But let me
name
tell you
to
why
fuck.
that's important, because
That
that
damn near
means
turn off.
that means that we have held
Miss
enough.
Ethel.
That is the wildest shit
Can
I've
I
ever
explain,
heard.
Mr. Toothpick? Let me
You bring
explain
up your
why.
mama before we having sex?
Not before we having sex, but in conversation. And let me tell you
Oh,
why.
my God.
I think
completely
that
lost control
I
of this
know,
podcast.
reeling it in because I'm the co-host today. No, what I believe is that a lot of people just jump into bed without fully knowing each other. And if you really want me to be free and freaky, we need to really know each other. And that's you know, being able to rattle off Evelyn.
But they got to know your mama's name.
Yep,
bro?
and
That's
my
crazy.
kids.
I agree with you 100% on like just jumping in the
They
bed.
got to
on
know
some-
what your mama's
No,
name.
hell no. That's crazy. jumping in the bed on some random shit is usually a recipe for bad sex.
Exactly.
Shit.
See?
For me, right?
For me too.
I like to have sex in a certain way, right? So if it's gonna be, I can beat off and come. I don't need the nut that bad. You know what I mean? But if we're gonna have sex, I want it to be great. And so I feel like a little chemistry is gonna help that. You gonna relax, I'm gonna relax. You can be you. We can be like we're
So
gonna
that's
find out
far
what we
more
actually
eloquent
like.
than I
And I
said.
I also think that foreplay is a 24/7 thing. You know what I mean? So somebody
This
that's
little 38-year-old talking this game.
no, when I told you I was 38, you looked at me like you wanted to change my diaper. Relax. I think that somebody that's your sexual partner, foreplay is all the time. It's the little text that you send. It's the little grabs when they walk by. No, I ain't finna stop watching this game, but that's how you walk past. So I'm gonna grab that ass a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Little smack, cool. That type of shit. Just keep that energy flowing all day long. So when they do crack, it's already wet and hard, or nipples is out, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
I agree.
I got a question. So y'all agree that just because y'all don't know each other well, the sex ain't gonna be great?
I would say statistically.
Not 100%, but
no,
I think so, yeah.
Statistically.
I've had great random sex.
I've had great random
Yeah,
sex.
it's about the vibe.
once.
Like, you know what I mean? You
I
can
had a few, but mostly I think it should be some chemistry.
I will say I've met 2 men in my entire life that the moment I met them, I wanted to fuck them. Everybody else had
just
to build.
two?
I
You don't go
only had
outside a
one.
lot, huh?
Anymore, that's true. No, I
Okay.
used to be a bit
I
of a
do
party
go
girl.
outside.
No, I need to like get to. You don't need to know my mama's name. Let's all be very clear on that.
You better rattle off Evelyn Lee.
But I need to build some chemistry with you,
Right.
and rarely
I get
does that happen with me talking to you in a club. Like,
Right.
I need to build it. It's gonna take a little bit of time. I need
Exactly.
to.
So let me ask, so are we talking about comfort levels so you can get freakier, or just comfort levels so you can relax and have
I
a
said
good time?
comfort level, period. Like when I thought about those experiences, I didn't have orgasms. I have orgasms all the time. But I'm not going to orgasm or even feel comfortable enough to orgasm with you if we haven't built something prior to that. And that's not me talking about
And
a
I gotta know
relationship.
your mama's birthday and shit.
Just her name. My birthday is February 13th.
Her favorite
gotta
food.
sit back
Yeah,
in.
okay, I got
She go A&E back.
I gotta know what size shoes your mama wears.
Really
and
back
shit,
in,
you know
Sean,
what
because I'm about to fight him and take his toothpick.
I
I
gotta
know
know
that, Brian.
I gotta know her mama
Fabulous
allergies
job.
and shit.
I mean, you don't realize. You don't. I mean, do you get why a little bit of chemistry has
Absolutely.
to be built? Like,
I feel like you can have good sex with someone you don't know well, but I do feel like in general with women, the more comfortable they are, the more they open up, and they tend to relax. And if they have a freaky side, it will come out with comfort. But I don't think that. I still think you can have very good sex without that. You just may not get into the freakier shit. You can have basic sex that's off the chain.
I disagree, folks.
you can have basic sex.
When I say
off-
basic, I mean you didn't get into the
Like
freaky shit. It might
missionary?
have just been missionary and doggy style, but y'all had a great time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all had a great time. You made her come a couple times from missionary and doggy style. The missionary, doggy style, and riding you was very basic. Then the beginning stage of the sex. So I've had great sex with just those three positions
With somebody that you weren't necessarily.
in all aspects.
Okay,
But the freakiness typically doesn't come out until she gets to know me more. She's more comfortable. She feels secure. Then we start opening up shit like toys and stuff like that. But I can have the regular basic sex and have a fucking ball.
Yeah, me too.
So, I have a slightly invasive question. You ready, Lance?
Go for it. I'm open book.
So how do you know when a woman has orgasmed? Do you just take her word for it, or?
How do I know? I mean, you can typically by how she acting. I mean, if she's sitting there, goddamn it, and I went to the bathroom and she landed in the same spot I left her in, I did a good job.
So you know that only 40%
You
of
bring
women.
that hot towel back.
Only
Yeah. She ain't moved. She still laying there
Only
comatose.
40%
Baby, you good?
of
Yeah.
women.
Walking back in the room like.
No, she could be irritated with your ass, like
She
laying
could
there
just be
like
sleepy.
this motherfucker.
If I put you to sleep, yeah, I did a good motherfucking job. You wasn't
Only
sleep before we got in.
40% of women achieve orgasm through penetration.
Well, shit.
But of course, for you, that's that. I'm sure
I don't
for
listen.
you
Y'all
and for
got
Brian,
100%
that's
over here.
100%.
I don't listen.
These are
I'm
the
not
100%ers.
saying that. I don't know all these statistics. That may be true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well,
I
might be
can't.
true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think more than 40% of people have great sex. So I don't doubt that statistic. I'm not a person that's like, I'm not finna, not one time I'm finna say tonight, like, yo, I'm the shit, my dick is crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
You will have to talk to my partners to find that shit out. They'll tell
Can
you.
you call them?
I could. I'm not. If y'all want to take the show that way, I could. But no, I'm not gonna do that. But like,
go viral
like
the first 15
you would
minutes.
have to talk to them. All I can tell you is the experiences that I've had with them and how they respond. And you know what I mean. I think that when you talk about
But also,
like,
women will say they don't have to achieve orgasm for the sex to be good.
I've heard that.
I've heard that
many
too.
times.
I've heard that too for sure.
I'm big on telling a woman, teach me how to please you. So once I've been with her a couple of times, I will tell her, teach me how to please
Write
you.
that down, Chantel, because we're gonna.
That-
And I want men.
that
Did you hear
deserves
that?
all the
I'm big
applause.
on asking,
We
how
need
can
a
I
drop.
please you?
Can we get some drops?
Men,
That needed an
right.
applause
At the
drop.
beginning of the show, when they said niggas wasn't eating pussy and couldn't kiss good, didn't we say that's y'all
First of
fault?
all, I didn't
Now they
say
standing and applauding for teach me. We told y'all that at the start of the show.
Well, I will say this: I have to be invested, like Lan said, to even be willing
Okay,
to say,
I
like,
get that.
you didn't do this.
But ain't you invested in your own pleasure?
I am invested in my own pleasure, which I do very well by myself. So if
That's
you
the
don't
point
get
I'm
it
saying.
right,
If it ain't gonna
I
be
will
fire,
finish the job.
I got this no
right
problem.
there in front
And
of your
I
ass.
am personally of the belief
crazy.
that a lot of the reasons
That's
y'all don't
crazy.
orgasm
Well.
is y'all fault.
Oh,
Y'all
absolutely.
too into your
Oh,
head. You
absolutely.
can't relax. He
Yep.
trying to get you there, but you
Yes.
ain't there mentally.
100%.
So it'd be like, oh, he can't fuck, or is you just locking him out?
Yes, it's absolutely, and
That's fair.
And I tell women that too. Like that's why I say you shouldn't be running to the bedroom fucking randoms, because unless you can turn your brain off and be comfortable enough for you to achieve orgasm or get some pleasure, then you shouldn't be doing it. And I told my daughter, because I feel like
How old is your daughter before I feel
28.
comfortable? Okay.
She'll be 29. But
Like, y'all got to know that.
you know, we were raised.
You can't just throw in a
where-
child into a sex
Shut up.
conversation.
We were raised.
She already put her mama in it. We're 3 generations deep in this now. Let's go. Like,
We about to hear about your great aunt in a minute.
Yes, in a minute. No, my point is that I've told, as we were raised, my mother's generation specifically, it doesn't matter if you enjoy it, you're there for the man.
That's crazy.
And I've told my daughter, like, fuck that. Tap that Negro on the shoulder and be like, and get up. Like,
That sound like some
if you
Southern
ain't
slave
in,
shit. I ain't never
I
heard
think
that.
you all have
oh,
to
it's
remember.
absolutely. Like, if you talk to your, like, definitely.
You also have to remember, unlike you all, right? Orgasms are just kind of part of the course. Y'all can hump a pillow and get an orgasm, right?
Sound jealous.
Most women, I am actually.
I am too.
Most women have to
Ooh.
learn how to how
But
to
at least
get
we
an
can have
orgasm.
multiples. Y'all can't
But I
just
think,
like,
like,
boom, boom, boom,
to
boom.
Lance's
Got me
point about getting out your head, right? Like, I've been able to bring women to orgasm with no touch. Like, because you can have, like, mental sex. You can talk through sex.
Should I get out the way?
We good? You can talk through
we
sex.
proceed?
And you can get a woman who's one way in their normal regular life to be a completely different way in their sexual life, just in their head.
And
that,
then they just, while they talking to you, they just come.
yeah.
that what you're saying?
I've only had that happen once, like on FaceTime. Like, no touch, like I'm not touching you and she's not touching herself either, come. But that's not what I'm talking
That's
about, though.
impressive.
I'm talking about in the same room, though, right? I'm talking about in the
And
same
this
room.
nigga just said that he.
What?
He said, my dick is whatever. I don't know, but you get big.
Yeah, I'm not talking about my dick right now, right?
Okay.
I'm talking about the mental aspect. I'm talking about mind fucking. That's what I'm talking about. Foreplay is 24/7. By the time you walk through my door, I walk through yours. You should be damn near about to come anyway, just off the shit that's been happening throughout the day before I even got to this motherfucker. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
If only that happened for most of your brethren.
I don't know what niggas is doing. My name is Herb Howard, and I support this message. Like, I'm only one person.
Herb Howard. There
you know
are
what I
men
mean?
out here in these streets.
I have not accomplished that. I will admit that.
Who
I made a
are
woman
not
come
doing
without
their
sex,
job.
but without touching her at all. Yeah,
What'd
I
you do
salute
to
you,
get in the
brother.
car?
I've done that
without
once
sex,
on
that's your
FaceTime,
hands,
a
your
couple
mouth.
times in person, but
I
like,
mean,
point, that ain't the point I'm trying to make, really.
FaceTime.
You know what I'm saying? The point is
You had a mental connection
it's
that
the
was helping her get that
it's
before
the
you.
mental shit, like damn, I did. She's like, damn, I can't believe I did
Right,
that.
now you
I
gonna
let
have
you
chicks in your DMs. Are you single?
No.
You got
A bitch is about to call you tonight and be like, talk to me, daddy. I want to come. I want to come on the phone with you.
I'm allowed to deal with.
We can FaceTime.
I ain't. No, I'm allowed to deal with.
Like, I've mind fucked it, but like I said, I've never made a woman orgasm without actually having to touch. I've seen a woman get to the point where she dripping already and I ain't touched her.
Yeah.
But not have an actual orgasm, yeah, that's impressive. I salute you, brother. I ain't did that one.
Faking an orgasm is crazy though. Women should not do that. Number one.
I strongly,
Yeah, I know.
I strongly speak against
You
that with
should
any
not.
woman I'm with. Like,
No, but-
please don't, because I would like to know if I'm not doing it right and you faking, then I ain't gonna never do it right. Because you making me think what I'm doing is working.
Yeah.
And if it's not working, I would like to know. My ego ain't that big where you can't tell me this ain't the spot, so on and
But
so
you
forth.
do realize.
Your ego ain't that big.
It's really not.
I
Don't
know
get
about
fooled by
Lance
this
in
Facebook
particular.
shit.
Wait,
Don't-
I'm talking about Lance.
Because I
get-
just met him today.
Well,
get-
I
don't get-
just met him officially today, but I know the motherfucker.
Don't get fooled by the Facebook shit. My ego is not that big, I promise.
And the problem is every man's ego is big. They all are walking around thinking that they are just doing the best in the world.
That's not true. I know.
And so many are not.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I've had far more men admit that they're not great at sex. I've never heard a woman say it.
Where are these men? I want to.
I had men. I mean, you get conversations with men.
Tell me how a man can.
Because a
shit
lot
about
of
you.
men
They're not even
not-
telling you the details.
Listen, a lot of men aren't super sexually experienced. They haven't had a ton of women. That's like a fallacy. Most men, on average, probably been with less than 20 chicks in their life.
Can I give you some
Seriously?
supporting data? Can I give you some supporting data on that?
Please give
Please do.
supporting data.
There's data out there, and I can't cite this source right now, but it says that 8 out of 10 women fuck the same 2 out of 10 niggas. So if it's 10 men, if it's 10 men in the room,
I get it.
8 women in that same room are gonna want to fuck the same 2 niggas. Them other 8 niggas
They
not
might
really
wanna
beating.
fuck,
Right.
but that doesn't
Listen to what I'm
mean-
saying. Them other 8 niggas not really getting no pussy.
At all.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody
At
is
all.
fucking them.
It's a gift when
Somebody
they.
is
not.
fucking them.
Sure, I'm not saying they virgins, but they the ones that show up and they happy with the average sex. They're not gonna tell you shit like, oh, thank you, I got some pussy today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I wish y'all could see Brian.
that's what I'm saying. Because,
real shit,
because
yeah.
Brian, he been Brian his whole life. Let's been that I been like we not those niggas, but those niggas.
Well, I would
They
tell
out
you
there.
one of my common questions I like to ask men
It's y'all fault.
is how many
Everything
how
is
many
black
Back to the
women.
point.
how many women
They
have
might
you
be good
slept
niggas,
with?
but y'all only want to fuck the other 2.
And men can never say like how many women have you slept with, and I'll just
have
be like,
no idea.
you don't see exactly. Do you have any idea?
I'm not finna.
No, do
No,
you
you
have
have
do
an
you have, do you have an
idea.
idea?
A general.
General, like so you could say I've slept with 50 to 60. I'm just picking a number.
In general, I have no idea what the exact
so
number is.
most men
no.
will be like, I don't know. There's no way I can tell. And so you're telling me that there's men out there who are not getting a lot of pussy when most men will tell you they have no idea how many women they
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, most niggas be lying. Let's get it. Let's niggas be lying.
Well,
That
Niggas be
part.
lying,
That
especially when they
part.
talking to women. Niggas be lying off top. And listen, this is how I know most niggas ain't fuck cool. When my inner group of friends, we all used to be fairly successful with women. When I got out into the real world after college, and you start working with people, and you will hear dudes talk about sex, and they'll start bragging, and you would think they like you. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, I done been with 8 chicks. And you'd be like, 8, nigga.
They give numbers.
But to him, that's a high number.
Like what-
15, they be bragging. You be like,
What
15?
month was that? Like
You're right. But see,
Exhibit A.
and that's when I
Exhibit A.
realized that a lot of men have. I didn't think about it because in college, pussy comes easy in
That's what I'm
college.
saying. And I want to be
Easy,
clear.
yeah.
I'm talking about a past. Like, I don't currently have,
No, I'm there.
8, 9 partners in a week or no shit. Like, that's not.
Sure.
I like great sex, but when I was just down the nail, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was 8 was. That was a
I
decent
pray to
week.
God my son is not down at
I'll tell
college
you
fucking
like
8
this.
broads.
Like,
Think about it like this: the sex industry is mostly geared towards
Shut
men.
up, Brian.
Yes.
That's why there's prostitutes are mostly women. The strip clubs are full of women. Porn is mostly women. It's a reason why all that shit ain't geared towards y'all, because y'all can get dick whenever the fuck you want to. You can walk out the house, you can walk into a bar, not say a word, and fuck something. Even the most handsome man can't do that. He at least gotta be. He can be handsome as hell to
He
get
gotta
your
say hello.
attention. He gotta be charming or
you
something.
gotta say something.
It's very easy. Nah,
I don't know
y'all,
if that part is
Well, let me
true.
break
I
it
agree with
down.
the woman part, but I think there are men who could sit there and motherfuckers would.
All right,
Let's
go
go
completely
aggressive.
extreme then.
It's
Let's go completely
He
extreme.
said the
out
most
there.
handsome man.
All right,
He's going to get.
Let's go
attention.
completely extreme. Y'all could literally walk in the room. He said, "Don't say a word." But you got your shit on. You looking a certain way. You walking a certain way. You carry it a certain way. You can walk in the room, grab a man by his hand, look him in his eye, turn around and walk in the room. He doesn't know you. He won't say shit. He's gonna walk with you.
That's how you die.
I don't.
He ain't worried.
He don't care. Like,
He ain't worried.
He's willing to risk it all. Is what I'm
He
saying.
ain't fucked this year. He willing to die in this
He's
manner.
willing to risk it all.
Right, it's
That
fine.
woman gonna at least be like, hold on, what's going on? You gotta be
But
like,
that
hey,
man
I'm just,
ass
you know.
pussy, he just gonna walk
Listen,
off like.
what he's talking about damn near happened to me before. And
Yeah,
years ago, I'm telling you, that's damn near happened. But the issue that women don't realize is y'all can't sleep with the dude y'all want, but y'all can get some dick.
Absolutely.
Well,
Dudes
yes.
ain't getting no ass, period, in discussion.
Period. Point blank.
That's why they paying for it.
Niggas are out here
Yeah,
not
they-
having sex.
they
like
not.
for real.
They're not.
That's
They just be
hilarious.
woofing.
So,
And we know when our homies
so
be woofing.
basically, what I'm getting from this is, if a man tells me they fucked a lot, I should raise an eyebrow.
If
You
a man,
know who it is, like-
absolutely, because a man shouldn't be telling you that.
Right.
Why would he telling you he fucked a lot of chicks?
That's nuts.
Like, what was his purpose of telling you that?
I-
To try to frame your opinion of him because he lying.
So how would you like if you were not performing or not satisfying or the woman wasn't happy, how would you like for her to share that with you?
Thank
because
you.
what my guy friend said to me was when I complained about dude baby lick, he said, Jennifer, that's a conversation you have to have fully clothed, like, yo, the last time we were together, I really didn't enjoy that. Like, he said to do it during the act is just impossible to do, and it has to be a post-coitus, using a word from Sheldon, a post-coitus conversation.
So I'll tell you this, I'm in sales. And when you break bad news to somebody, it's the way to do it. Or like they tell me, try not to tell your customer no. You give them an option. So I wouldn't say the sex we had wasn't great. You can frame it as, I would like it better if you do this. If you want to stay away from hurting his feelings or getting his ego all, you know what I'm saying? Because if you say, oh, that wasn't good, immediately he may get defensive. As I'm assuming you would if a man told you the last time we had sex, that shit was porous than a motherfucker. You'd be like, damn, it's like that. Like it's personal. So it would be better to say, I prefer this. What you did last time was cool. It may have been terrible, but you can tell him it's cool because you about to tell him how to fix it, right? Mm-hmm. So you ain't got to kill him. Because, yeah, we going to be in our egos the same way. Listen, I've told a woman before, I don't think we have great sexual chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
How did she handle that?
It's nothing you can do about that.
Well,
it is what it is.
She responded back that she actually echoed my sentiments.
Oh, okay, good. That's good.
But she asked me to try something that I wasn't used to in style of sex. She wanted more of a passionate form. Oh. But we weren't a relationship. We weren't a couple. So I was like,
she wanted to be made love too.
Not necessarily, but
Just this eye to eye shit.
She wanted a less aggressive sex. Let's put it like that. She wanted less aggressive.
You couldn't be less aggressive.
What you mean?
You just said she wanted less aggressive sex. You couldn't be less aggressive.
I didn't say I couldn't. I'm telling you the story. Yeah, I just told you what she asked me.
That's not what we was on.
Yeah, I'm just telling you the story. I told her that I didn't think we had great sexual chemistry. Her response was, yeah, because I like a less aggressive style of sex. So I was like, I'm willing to give that a go. See what you're talking about.
Okay.
And then when we tried it her way, I didn't love it. She loved it a lot more, and then we eventually found a middle ground.
Okay.
But nobody was saying it was terrible or you didn't do a good job. See, that is how you get people's ego. So just you can say it, but you need to say it in a certain way because it is a sensitive subject. Like I've told women, instead of saying don't do this, I'll just say do this. Or I'll grab her hips and move her a certain way. Try it like this. No, I like this. Even with the head. Hey, baby, don't. I say you sucking it this way. I'll be like, hey, put a hand on it. Do this. Try this. Instead of always telling her, don't do this, don't do that, because that's how you get
sound like
feelings.
a drill sergeant. Move your head to the left, left to the right. Lick my ball. Stick your finger in the butt. Let's go. Like,
You gotta be sensitive. It's a sensitive matter. You gotta handle it, you know what I'm saying, with sensitivity.
What I do is I state the things that I desire. I make sure that my partner knows those things, and when they deviate, I just remind them. Sometimes gently, sometimes firmly. But
do you do it when the clothes are on, and do you do it when
firmly.
you're getting ready to?
I do both. I might do it in the middle of sex.
both, like right in the middle, like that. Like what you like. You are not juggling my balls. You are like you understand.
juggle my balls.
You know we both understand you should be doing that, right? Like you know you should be doing that. Okay, then like what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that. But I love your. I want to go back to your point you made about the lady made about the chemistry because I think that matters, right? We talk about bad sex, good sex. Not like sometimes not the case, right? It ain't for me to necessarily say you can't fuck or you can fuck. we have bad sex.
Right.
Another person might fuck you the exact same
Yes.
way and be like, that was the best sex I've ever had.
I literally
So it's not
fucked my college roommate's ex-boyfriend because I didn't like her ass. Because she talked about how great he was in bed and the Negro was just all right to me.
That don't mean she was lying.
No,
though,
but
right?
you know what? They were in love. I was just fucking her.
I got a saying that two truths don't make a lie, right? And we kind of got this belief that two truths, then there must be a lie. That's not necessarily true.
Oh, yeah.
You can have a truth, I can have a truth. They may not be the same. That don't mean one of us is lying. You know what I'm saying? Just different perspectives and experiences.
Definitely.
Oh my God. All right. Let's try to attempt to get this train back on some kind of a track.
Some of these comments.
These comments are hilarious.
Okay.
Little balls, just fondle.
Okay, so we not having
I didn't mean like talk about shit in the air. Like,
Like we gotta know beforehand what.
But see, Tanya, that's all part of, so what I jokingly say about my mother, but that's all part of the conversations like we need to have. We need to make sure that we're
Pre-briefing
compatible,
conversations?
because if you off the rip are saying you don't do this, you don't do that, then that's how we can determine if we're compatible or if there's chemistry or not.
But
That's
you're
why I
having these
think,
conversations before you have sex.
oh, you have to. I'm also gonna stick my hand down there and make sure you got a little something.
Oh, now you wildin'.
I am listen.
wildin'.
I am not
I
about to
definitely
go
don't.
down there and have some little pencil penis after I didn't
You only
start
need 3
liking
inches.
your ass.
You
How you know
only
they ain't
need
the best
3
number
inches.
2 in town?
Right.
I'm just asking, like.
No, because size matters.
Can I ask you a question?
Size matters.
Can I ask you a question? At any random point in the conversation, even if you're talking about sex and your partner or potential partner reach down there and grab you, are you going to be like soaking wet like you would be if you was turned on and actually ready to bone?
Always.
That's crazy. Let's find out.
I'm not
No,
a fan
but-
of having pre-sex conversations. One, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not trying to
Jamal.
say nothing to turn her
Size
off before we have
matters.
sex. Because I may tell her I'm not into something, and that may fuck up. Listen, women get turned off very easily.
Y'all funny.
Facts.
Y'all get turned
We
off.
Keep it
always
coming,
jokingly say
please.
that men can talk themselves out of some pussy.
That's not a joke though.
But that's the truth.
Which is why I'm not having pre-sex conversations, because I may not be into some shit that you may really need. You can find out after we fuck
But
that
how
I
do
ain't
you
into that
get
shit.
into her head if you're not having the pre-sex conversation?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to listen. I can't speak for her. Every woman don't get the same treatment. Some women I may be trying to get into her head. Some women I may be just trying to hit her to keep it moving. Like, it all depends on the situation. It all depends on how vested I am. Every woman I've slept with, I wasn't looking to have any long-term thing with her. I might have been just trying to get her in for the night or whatever. It could have been. Sometimes you have sex with a person, you be like, I don't think I want to. It's that pre-sex, at the after-sex revelation. Like, yeah, I ain't into her like I thought
What they
I was.
call it?
That
post-nut
pre-cum clarity, yeah, post-nut clarity. Yeah, like I really thought I liked it, and then afterwards I was
Sean,
like,
we need a piece of paper.
You've never heard of
I've
that?
never heard of post
That's real shit.
Never heard of that.
Never
That's
heard
real
of
shit.
that.
You
Your
thought
mind be
you
real
really
clear
were.
after that. Like, I don't really like you.
Like, you
I'm
ain't
just-
that fine.
I'm
Now
cautious
have
when it
had
comes to
that.
sex.
That's so crazy.
That was a horny thought. I'm not horny no more. You not cold.
That's it. Like, I ain't fucking around with you no
Not
more.
cold.
That's
All right.
it.
Here's a question I do have.
It's worse when you like wake up with them like, oh shit, I super tweet.
You let him spend the night?
No,
you might like woke up and somebody's like
I
guest
always got
office
an early
room.
morning meeting. I have an early morning meeting. There's no way you spending the night.
You might woke up in somebody's child's bed like,
What the fuck was I on last night?
I'm fucking bugging.
How fucking drunk
Goddamn
are you?
tequila.
I know homies that throw wild ass parties and every now and then it goes too far. You wake up in the office seats.
Yikes.
Why am I?
Listen, man, niggas is savages, Joe. We will allow ourselves to get into some situations we should not be in.
That nut must be like
Right.
mind
I've
blowing.
always said this,
It
that
ain't-
a
we
man's
just gotta
be
orgasm
crazy.
must
Hey,
feel
get me out of
way
here.
better than a woman's. Because
savages.
y'all act so fucking crazy.
got to
You say what?
I think a man's orgasm, feels better than a woman. I think
has
it's
to.
stronger because I can have like 6 orgasms in a row and they feel great. But y'all ass will fucking pass the fuck out, like go to sleep.
I think you misinterpreting that. I don't think it has anything to do with the most powerful nut. Niggas, and I have this argument with women all the time. We are way more into sex than women. Way more.
Give me more.
Women,
more.
men will pay for it. They will sacrifice their families for it, their jobs for
But
it, their
why?
safety for it.
But
Because
why?
most men don't get pussy.
But that doesn't explain why y'all ass fall asleep after orgasm.
Cause that shit feels great if you
I
did
mean, it
your
feels
job.
great
That
to
shit
me,
drains
but
you. You done took
I'm
my
not
kids.
sleeping.
You lost your kids when you be a little drained? What the fuck you mean? I done gave you my life force.
It's science, Jen.
Hey, I done gave you my life
Jen,
force.
it's science.
Y'all can't talk to us.
There's a scientific
Shut your ass
reason.
up, Brian.
That's why there's no after sex talk, because it's
Wake
all the
your
right
ass
voices
up. We
straight
ain't.
down.
Right.
I don't sleep. So
And we
you
do
ain't
most
about
of
to
the
sleep
work.
either.
We
Yeah.
do most of the work.
Lance.
There's a scientific
Now, Lance,
reason.
goddammit, I've been having sex for a while, and I firmly disagree with that.
So,
commentary.
so tell me, other than riding him, when are you doing the work?
Do
What
you
do you think
know
my
how it
mouth
is
is
to suck
doing?
a dick?
That ain't. No, we talking about the actual fucking, not head. Fucking penetration. Other
to your
than riding
point,
him,
you have to throw it back. You're moving. You're
that ain't that hard. You ain't doing it but going
Have
back
you
and
ever?
forth.
Have you
When you
ever?
got something rammed inside
Wait a
you,
minute.
it's not
Time
easy.
out.
No, you're not hearing what
I'm
I'm saying.
sorry.
The motion, the energy being spent is mostly on the man's side. He's doing most of the moving. He's directing most of the traffic. He's controlling the show. Unless you on top, when do you have control?
So you have never like done it from the back and just stood there and she did all the work.
Yeah, that happens, but eventually I'm probably gonna take over unless she that raw with it. And y'all lazy.
Oh,
Y'all not used to doing most of the work.
Get out.
Am I lying?
Get your ass
Am
out.
I lying?
How the fuck would I know?
You're not lying, but I think to me it's the science. There's a reason that you can come 10 times in a session.
Yes, thank you,
And I can
Jesus.
only come once. It's science. God did it. Don't blame me. You know what I'm saying? God did it. Don't blame me. I'm not finna come 6 times in this session. But you can.
Thank
That's
you.
how
Thank you so
God
much.
did it. So mine is gonna be crazy. No, I'm not. I need a minute if we're gonna run this back. I need a second. Period.
Yeah.
There's only been a couple times in my life where I like ejaculated and immediately was like back in there for another full session where I came again. You know
You
what I'm saying?
38.
Immediately?
You might put it
Yeah,
back
right.
in.
At 38, you should. I'm giving you about 5 minutes.
At 38.
At 38, you get about 5 minutes.
Listen to what I'm saying. You could put it
Wow.
back. You could come
Wow.
and put it right back in and please her a little bit longer. But I'm not finna nut again. Like it's not like that.
Yeah, you wild.
The science just ain't. There's a reason why one man could populate the earth. You can get pregnant once in 9 months. I could get this whole earth pregnant in 9 months.
Oh Lord.
I'm serious.
Chantel,
It's
go
the
to the next-
science. I'm serious though.
I know
The
that
science.
you're serious.
It's the design of it.
All right, I'm gonna try to. This
Right.
train is just torn. It's in the ocean.
Sorry, y'all. We really had an agenda.
You didn't have any control from this.
I did it. That's true. I mean, this is what I get for getting 2 podcasters and Jen on this motherfucker.
Exactly.
So
3
here,
fucking talkers.
Here comes my question. I'm gonna start with Jen. What do you wish men knew
I
about
wish
sex
that,
for women?
I wish that men would slow down. Like, we're gonna get there.
Slow down. What do you mean? Like the actual motion, or
there's just no rush. So let's just slow it down. Like, even if we're in the bed naked, let's just slow down before you sticking it in is the last thing. Slow down. So a lot of men are in a rush, and then I wish that all men, every man on the planet would use their mouth, their hands, and their dick in every single session. Like, should be a every session.
I
type of thing.
didn't hear a session coming. I thought you were gonna say something.
Session. Every session should involve all 3 aspects of the way that you can please a woman.
Okay.
And not just your penis. And that's why I said men with big dicks are lazy lovers, because a lot of times when they have a large member, they think, and I said this to Chantel, they pull out their dick and they're like, oh, here's my big dick. Let me just stick it in. And then we gave some examples
Might be real
of
with that motherfucker.
men.
Yeah, we
no,
had
they
some people
might
that we
be,
know.
but there are men that we know who have big dicks, and I know that they're lazy lovers because they fuck my friends. And I would rather have a medium dick then who's gonna put in some effort and do some other things than Mr. Big Dick, who just gonna pull it out and be like, here it is. Here it is.
Now, listen to what you're saying. Put in effort. You ain't never heard a man say a woman need to work. Because we know we finna work. We finna be the ones sweating. We finna be the ones humping. That's why I say, I'm not trying to like put down women. I'm saying during sex, think about your sexual exploits. Who doing most of the physical work?
He always acting like he trying to change a flat tire.
No, I'm just saying. That's how it goes.
Not like Thor.
Listen, I'm
Changing the
just
tire
saying.
is easy.
See, Tammy, that's right. There's some truth to what she's saying. They pull it out like Thor.
This has
They
not been my
do.
experience with
that.
big dicks,
Is,
but-
I'm telling you, the big dick dudes. I thought about the one today, and his was so big I had to soak in the tub after.
You ever had a chick who was
And
lazy in bed?
I was just like, dude,
What
like,
would she do?
you have to warm me up a
Nothing.
lot.
She was just there.
Warm me up when you pull out that weapon, Thor. I
So
need a
clearly
warm
there
up
are,
session.
So you like
there are
foreplay.
lazy people on both sides. Lance,
Agreed.
what do you want women to know about men and sex?
What do I want?
Yeah, like, what do you
Come
want
back
us to
that.
know?
I had to think about that.
Herb.
I haven't had a ton of bad sex. Yeah, I had to think about that.
Herb. What do you want us to know?
At this point, I want women to be comfortable with themselves. I want you to know what you want. You know what I mean? I want you to know what it is that you want, what you desire in sex, what type of experiences you would like to have, and then you be comfortable enough to allow yourself to have those experiences. And if we can build up that kind of chemistry, I promise you, I can guide you along that experience. Like, I want you to know what you want. Like, what I want, I know what I want. We'll work that out. Or we won't, because I'll be like, more of this, less of that, or stop, right? I want you to know.
I don't like his directions.
I want you to know what you want. And if you can, because a lot of women know what they want. Like, a lot of women.
Like the lady told Lance she wanted to be made love to.
Yeah, she wanted to be made love to.
She wanted to not be as aggressive.
But I think a lot of women, for lack of a better term, a lot of women like want to be like, slutted out. You know what I mean? It's like, that's okay. You can want to have that experience.
You just be slutting these bitches out?
No, I don't use that term.
He's not a slut out.
No, but I don't have any problem slutting my partner out though. If that's what she wants, like she wants to have her ass smacked 100 times tonight, or if she wants to be choked, or nipples pinched, or she want to be talked to a certain way.
What woman doesn't want that? And so that's another thing.
The woman he was just fucking. What are you talking about? You know what he said?
So this is what I was thinking. I was thinking with Lance's partner as an example. I think that all women want a mixture of that and what this young lady wants. There are some women who just want you to stare into their eyes and be like, "Ooh, baby, I love you," and that kind of shit. But I think most women want a mixture of that and.
You mean like in the same session, or like sometimes?
No, like in the same session.
You mean like just a start? Like, hey, I think it's important to be able to set a safe and comfortable environment. So if we're gonna get to those more edgier experiences, yeah, a person has to feel safe. They have to feel respected and valued, and you curate that type of environment.
He's a curator, guys.
Actually,
I
got an answer to your question. It's kind of similar to his. I thought about it.
Herb's roster's about to go up.
It's not.
You about to get that summer roster.
I don't even have the capacity. It's not.
It's similar to hers. I just want women to know that actually you can control the show, because since you the woman, and
100%.
we got to get it from you. You got to allow whatever I do. You have to allow it. So if you tap into your womanhood, you can get whatever you want from that man sexually. You can get whatever you want. You can get that man to try new shit, anything. If you really tap into your shit and communicate that to him and talk to him, what man gonna tell you no? Unless you trying to get him to do some shit that is against his moral code, like maybe he ain't into no, you know what I'm saying?
But, dildo on his butt.
Yeah, like that type of shit. Yeah, right, but everything else, how you want the sex and all that, it's your show essentially, because however you want it, I gotta give it to you that way. Because if I don't, I risk not getting it again. So truthfully, you
really
control
it's about
all this.
Communication.
Yeah.
And that's what we talked about up front, though. That we need some upfront communication.
Well, you said y'all sitting at dinner talking about I like my ass like this, and
we on the couch kissing and stuff.
As a sub, like a woman could be a submissive, but even as the sub, she's really in control.
Yep.
As a sub, she's merely handing me over the control. She got to give it to me. So at the end of the day, she's still in control. You know what I'm saying? Like your boss could be like, "Yo, you run this shit today." But you still have to tell me I run this shit today.
Think about the 50 Shades of Grey books. And the reason why those books sold millions and millions of copies was because women want that type of dominance in the bedroom. Like, who don't want a man to come in, rip their clothes off, and give it to them like that? Like, who doesn't want that?
No, don't highlight that. See it, true.
Oh my God.
Seeing this, my girl. She say, meanwhile, more men like to be pegged than want to openly admit it. That's a different
Why did I have to Google what pegging was?
Sin
I didn't even know what it
definitely my people. Shout out to
That may be true.
I don't know.
Y'all can do that.
I've run into.
You can do that to a man and it won't change your feelings about him?
I was gonna do it just to take a picture and show it to my friends.
That's
but I didn't. I mean, you asked me to do
I need you to answer the
that.
question. That's wild.
Now you're gonna reinforce. You're gonna negatively reinforce what Sin was just talking
Now
about.
let a man say that.
Man watching the show right now that's thinking about it. He like, hell no.
His face wasn't gonna be in there, but I mean, you asked me to peg you, dude. You asking the wrong girl.
But I'm just asking.
I have to call Chantel that night.
Can you do that to a man and it not change the way you view him?
Oh, absolutely, it's gonna change.
Yeah, I could do it.
And it wouldn't change the way you view him at all.
I've grown as a human being in the last
it's gonna change.
10 minutes.
several years.
Thanks for being
Several years.
It's gonna when that dude mentioned it to me, I Googled it. I was like, I called my boy. I was like, look, this nigga just asked me to pay account. He was like, what? I was like, well, you know, if I do it, I'm gonna call you back.
You told your boy that. That's crazy.
Could I do it? Yeah.
Well, you took a break to call your.
She in the bathroom.
We were just
talking
in
to her homeboy
conversation.
like.
We weren't
was like, "Excuse me,
we weren't
one moment."
intimate yet. And he was like, "What do
me
you
a second.
what do you think of pegging?" And I was like,
Wait, I got
Let me
questions.
He asked you
I
that?
got questions.
"Let me."
Y'all hadn't boned yet? And he asked you if you would peg him?
Oh, wow.
He's
Wow.
a wild boy. He's a wild
That's a
boy.
motherfucker
You
that
know
know
how
what
to
he
pick 'em.
wants.
but also, that's what I'm talking about curating a safe environment.
Right.
You hadn't even curated a safe
The
environment.
environment
He's still,
was not safe.
and he's still
this
jumping
man-
out the water. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
That nigga
bugging.
like, if you ain't pegging me, I'm out.
Bugging, sir.
I
Like,
think I'm more open to it because I want you to be equally as open to what I want. So if you come to me and I like you, be clear, I have to really, really like you, right? For you to be like, I want to peg, I'd be like, I'd probably have to take some breathers. But if I'm
Please
gonna
call
have
me.
the
If it
balls to
happens,
ask you
please
to do
call.
some shit,
So you
I have to have
you
this.
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
look at
let's
him
see.
as less masculine or nothing. You'd be like, that's just his
You
thing.
have a
Eric,
prostate.
I'm snitching on like
The prostate is there for a reason.
and so that's
And not
after
just
the
to get
prostate
fondled
is
by the
there.
doctor. So it's there for a
Right.
reason.
So you don't want to finger.
I only
him?
know
oh,
about
that's kind of wild. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
Wait, Lynn. So I said, wait. So I said to Lynn, so you don't want to finger up the butt? He's like, no. Black men are such against the little finger in the butt. Like,
No, so listen, I got a very logical reason why I'm not into none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
What is it, bro?
Because I feel like if you like to be penetrated, then you gay adjacent.
oh my
Gay
God.
adjacent.
I
How
disagree.
A
about
woman can't naturally penetrate me.
with my
She can-
finger?
Even then, it's too close for me. But I wouldn't say a man. Listen, okay, let
I
me say this:
disagree, but-
a finger, not so bad, but pegging.
Pegging. That's
That
different.
means you're simulating
Agreed, I agree
a
with
dick
that.
going in you.
That's kind of wild.
But
So
you're
how
trying
you
to-
gonna tell me you a straight man, but you want the feeling of a dick in you?
Well, no, no.
so
I assume.
So the
What
guy
they
who wanted me
actually
to do
want.
it said it's not gay because a woman is doing it. That's
Yeah, I don't
what
honor
that's
that.
what he said.
No, I agree with that.
I don't.
Homosexual is homosexual. It literally means
So if a chick fuck a
same
dude,
sex.
if a chick fuck a dude with a strap
I
on,
don't
he's
think
straight.
he's gay. Yeah, I think he's a heterosexual man.
Wow,
He's taking dick.
we have stepped
Unless
into
he's-
some problematic conversation.
He's
Call me a Neanderthal.
This
then,
has probably
goddamn
been
it.
the most
yeah. I
problematic.
don't believe.
Exactly. So
I don't
he
believe
want
he's a
nobody
homosexual.
down there
But he like dick.
sticking their finger in his butt.
He
He
likes.
enjoys
That's why you
dick.
do
He
it while
likes
you
to be
sucking their dick.
penetrated
They
through
ain't
his
gonna
anus.
stop you.
He likes dick.
Okay, whatever. He
Lance,
likes.
Yeah, nah.
no.
He likes to be penetrated through his anus.
I'm trying.
Get it back on track. I just disagree.
Brian is stepping in. He's like,
not-
let me get away.
It's not my thing, but I'm not gonna call him gay for it.
I don't know where to go
Say
from
gay.
here.
I think we covered the list.
I said
It
he
is
curious.
801.
He said,
He
Jason.
curious. Goddamn it, he wondering some shit.
Curious.
That nigga is down the block. from
Lance,
that
God
shit.
damn it, we're done.
That is hilarious.
We're done.
All
Get
right.
out.
All
I'm
right.
kicking
We're-
you out.
You know what we haven't talked about
What's that?
that I didn't get my point about what I wish more men knew. I wish you guys really understood the importance of foreplay. Not just the conversational foreplay, right? The actual kissing and touching foreplay. I do feel like some men act allergic to foreplay.
I agree.
Like the idea of doing it longer than 15 minutes makes y'all skin crawl or something.
Let me ask you this: what's foreplay for a
They
man?
tickle gives a different response.
What
Jay
are
is
you
wild
doing
in
to
the
a man?
comments.
In front, like we know, what's our foreplay?
Do y'all wait? I would question you. What's foreplay for a woman? I bet
mean-
you gonna say the thing that you gonna
No.
go to 2 straight places,
No,
3 maybe.
No, cause when I do foreplay, I
There's
touch
a
all
lot
over.
of,
I may start
prostate
with her
pros
laying
in
on her
the
stomach and
comments.
start at the back of her neck
There are
and work my
prostate
way down
professionals
and do all
in the
type of shit.
comments.
I'm gonna hit the back of the knees, all
Okay,
that type
that's
of
good.
shit.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
But
good.
I'm saying for a typical man, I don't know. I know what I like. But for a typical man, I'm asking you, what
depressed
are
for a week
you
after
doing
my
with
do I-
foreplay? Yeah.
So I'm gonna say something that we all know. Every man is different, right? So my job is to figure out what your erogenous zones are outside of your dick.
Okay.
Right. So is that kissing? Is that your neck? Is it behind the ear? Is it your earlobe? So my job is to kind of pinpoint wherever. Y'all are cracking Brian.
No, me and Brian are dying in the comments of it. I ain't gonna lie, I done hopped out the show. I'm over here in the comments. They are wilding in the comments.
But wait, what did Brent Lowe say that Tanya?
He said that he was.
He was depressed for a week after his prostate exam.
She said, why? Because you liked it.
I can't believe I like that shit.
Oh my
He made
God.
sent that nigga into deep thought.
He was an appointment. Like, I was.
I gotta ask my wife.
He was questioning himself.
I need another. But no. So my job, I treat
Okay.
it as in my job. I'm going to hit Because most men are not going to tell you, it's the back of my knees or it's my back. I'm going to hit points until I start getting the sound I want, and then I'll exploit that.
And then they
spot.
just
So you trying to cover the whole body and like
where I
look for
can.
where it turns them
Right,
on.
exactly.
You do the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that you should be an octopus in bed. I think that everybody should be an octopus. We should be finding, as many points, hands.
But some men I feel like, because, well, I don't know. I don't have a dick, right? But it occurs to me that at some point the dick is just so hard, y'all like, I can't take it no more. Come here and get on top of me. Instead of just enjoying the experience that I'm providing
Why is that, Lance?
I mean, in my personal experience, foreplay is mostly for the woman. Like, that's me getting her warm because you don't want to enter a woman and she's not even wet yet. So I'm trying to get her going mentally. I'm trying to get her relaxed, and I'm trying to turn her on before I actually.
Aren't you getting turned? You're getting turned on too.
I mean, it don't take much to get me ready. I ain't no 57 Chevy, goddamn.
Stop.
Yeah, you ain't got to warm me up.
Just because you're doing movements
When
like
we walked in the bedroom and started getting undressed, goddamn it, the engine was running and the car's warm.
Just
Fuck
because
you
your
mean?
dick is hard, does that mean you're ready? Do you not want some more? Do you not want a little bit of stimulation?
Me personally,
Yes.
I don't need nothing but a little head.
Apparently, you don't even need that. You just take off her clothes. You want to pop
Once
it.
the clothes are off, it's going down.
I like foreplay. I like giving, but receiving, it don't do much for me. Like you licking on my neck, I don't need. I mean, I like it when we kissing, but other than like kissing my neck, I don't need much else. That's just me personally. I
can't.
can't.
A chick who enjoys giving you head.
Yeah,
I hate that for you.
Say what?
I hate that for you too,
Where
Lance.
you get that from?
That's what
I don't know, but
that was her hypothesis.
I just said that. I said other than head, like I don't need all that. My neck, a chick kissing on my neck, it will get me hot. But other than that, like when some dudes like their nipples lick, you might as well lick my elbows. That shit don't do nothing to me.
Nah, it's weird.
This is me personally. Now other men may like much more. I'm just talking about me personally. Other than kissing my neck, I love kissing. So kissing and kissing my
What
neck.
about your knees?
I've never had a woman kiss my back.
See, now we're starting.
I've never been interested in having her kiss my back either.
That's because it's never happened.
I don't lay on my stomach doing sex for no reason. I've never been on my stomach doing sex.
Say that too.
Why would I be on my stomach doing sex?
So let me tell you. Do you follow Angel, the lady who gives?
I'm very confused by this.
Seen her before?
The
blowjob lady, Angel.
She showed the grapefruit chick.
Yes.
Yeah. I've
So
seen her
Angel also does a blowjob where a man lays on his stomach.
I'm cool.
I'm cool.
Oh my God, dude!
I'm good.
I'm cool.
He's like, I don't
One
want
of them
any.
said she's gonna suck my dick from the back. I ain't never had that.
That's what Angel shows that. Shows you how to do it. Thank you.
I don't know about you. My dick is not on the axle. It just don't bend certain ways. Going straight back, I ain't never thought that was comfortable. I was bending my dick straight down like that. Don't even feel
It can work.
I'm
cool. I ain't shitting on it for nobody else. I'm saying for me.
I like pegging.
I'm cool. Whoa.
That's crazy. That's
No
nuts.
pun intended. Pun intended.
Nuts.
Wake up by himself.
See him. Angel
Why
got
the fuck I sleep on my stomach?
I don't even like that smacked on my ass.
I was gay in my
I don't
dreams.
like it.
He said he don't even want to ask me.
No, I'm not into it.
Because
Don't
he didn't
smack
play
my- I don't like
sports.
that.
Yeah, I don't like when you having sex that chick start grabbing your ass. Like, no.
I don't mind that.
I'm not into that.
What if she's giving you head? You don't like him
What's
grabbing
that
your
about?
ass?
No, I'm not into. I'm not into that. I can get into a lot of freaky shit, but that particular.
I don't know,
I'm just
Lance.
not
I'm
into
starting to think your freak number might be about 4.
that. You shouldn't think that.
Can't stick my finger in your butt.
They don't
Can't
get
suck
into
your
it?
dick from
No.
behind. Can't peg you. Can't slap your
Whoa.
ass.
So I'm a
Like,
fool?
what the fuck can I do?
We can do a lot of shit that don't involve none of that.
Nick can't get a chin unless
Like,
he
I'm
had a dildo on
irritated.
his
Like,
ass. That's
the
crazy.
fuck?
You notice
can't-
half the shit she said was ass play. You know that? Almost everything she said involved
No,
playing
because
with my
I
ass.
ain't
You want
said
that?
slapping you on the ass. You're
No.
like, no ass
My
slapping.
ass is off limits. You don't need to play with my ass. Why would you do that? I'm good.
Okay.
We can do a lot of
I
other
had
shit.
a follow-up question, but it's dirty, and I'm not going to say it
I
in
had
case
a
my
question
mother's
too, but I
watching.
forgot.
Okay, so what if she's on her knees
Just
sucking
FYI,
your
there's
dick?
another guest here. Since you got all
Oh,
these
sorry.
goddamn questions.
I'll ask anybody.
She's appalled by me.
That's okay. Y'all have at it. I'm happy to let y'all have the ass play conversation. Go ahead.
Sucking your dick, she might grab your ass to kind of thrust it.
I'm not into it. I'm into a lot of shit. That just ain't one of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want that for you, Lance, in your next one.
I ain't ashamed. I'm just telling you. I'm just not for me. I mean, some motherfuckers might like it. That's just not for me.
Foreplay.
I understand.
What say you? Do you enjoy foreplay? Or are you at Lance where as soon as she get undressed, you on and popping?
Oh, yeah, for the most part. I mean, for me, foreplay, physically speaking, is just head like suck my dick, but like do it like don't suck my dick for me. Like, do not do it for me.
That's annoying. Yeah.
I need you.
What else am I sucking dick for?
Act like you like it. Act like you enjoy it.
I tell women that all the
I want you to
time.
be enjoying sucking my dick as much
Yes.
as I'm enjoying
Okay,
you sucking my
yes.
dick.
But I say that to men about eating pussy. Eat pussy the way you want me to suck your dick.
Don't make me
Why
feel like
you
you're
gotta
sucking
make
my
it
dick as
about
a
you? We talking
favor.
about
Because
we talking about us.
I want you to give me the same energy that I'm giving you.
No,
I'm with you
I
on
agree
that.
with you. My favorite 4 words in sex is I'm about to come. Like to hear a woman say I'm about to come.
Oh, I love
Like that's my favorite 4 words here. I'm about to come. Because that'll stand my dick. I'll knock this fucking table over if you say that to me. You know
I
what I'm
know
saying?
you will, 38-year-old.
Right on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to hear. So like my partners, like we got certain like don't you come during sex, you must tell me because that's what I'm here for. Like don't deprive me of the thing I came for. Like,
That's right, Brent. I agree.
That shit get me geek.
what?
I hear that.
To hear a woman say, "Oh, I'm about to come,"
nigga.
my dick as hard as it can possibly get.
No.
So if I'm eating
I
your
had
pussy,
a
you say about
guy
to
who was
come,
too verbal.
then you
I was
come,
irritated.
and then now you about to get my dick at its whatever my dick is, it's at its maximum right now.
I'm
Like,
turned on. The more she's turned on, the
Yeah,
more
that shit-
I'm turned
that
on.
shit- that shit
If
ex-
I'm driving her nuts by whatever I'm doing, I'm getting more and more excited.
That
The
shit
crazier
excites me.
she get, I love to
Foreplay.
watch my woman
Just don't touch
enjoy
her
it.
ass.
I'm just not into it. That's a big thing for you.
she
huh?
really
Yeah,
want to touch your ass. She really
Like, I
want to touch your ass.
promise you.
I bet you when you
I'm
get up,
ready
she
to
smack
grab your
shit.
ass
Yeah,
right
we
now.
can't do that.
You're lucky
My
you got a
wife
wife.
Inglewood,
Hi,
goddamn it.
wife. I can't fight. So, yes,
But
we'll
nah,
touch him.
So foreplay for me, like I'm not as rigid as bro is, like,
You
but
really like suck my dick and that's it.
no, I'm not that rigid. Like so,
like
like
kissing.
I've had women that's like
some men don't.
I want to kiss you from your head to your toe, and I let them do it because I just for me it's just about getting in that mental space. And so if you in that kind of space where you literally want to kiss every part of my,
But do you enjoy it, or you just let her do it because it's getting her off? Because I'll let her do it if it's getting her off.
So I think it's 2 separate things. To be honest with you, physically, it don't really mean shit to me. It don't feel
my
like shit.
point.
Mentally, it's very much stimulating because I
very
like
sad.
that you just in that kind of freaky mode.
Right, you like that she getting her shit
explains
off,
the
and she's getting
disconnect with
excited.
this
Yeah, I
This
just-
is exactly
I just
what
like that you in that kind of freaky mode. So if you want to kiss down my back and shoulder, like go ahead. No, I don't. The back of my kneecap, I didn't know there were any nerves back there at all. I don't know that shit,
Women
but
love that shit.
yeah, I don't know nothing about
I eat the back of some knees like that.
She said men though. Like, I don't know that shit, but like
When you back there, eat
If
the
you
back
wanna
of
do
the
it,
knees,
go
move
ahead.
your head up and eat the back there.
say what now?
You just tell me you
Yeah, I
eat some
need you to
ass?
say that again.
Oh, that ain't no big
No,
Wait, say it
no.
again.
I wasn't really. I was just talking. I was talking
It sounded
about.
like she told me eat
Wait,
some ass. Okay, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I was
That ain't
really
no big
talking
deal.
about eating pussy from behind. That is a
Oh, that ain't no big deal.
pleasure
That's
that.
nothing.
Oh, yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
nothing. That's nothing.
I'm with
Like I just want to send a text.
It ain't the best angle to reach the clit, but
It's a different sensation. It
I
feels
might not be aiming
amazing.
for the clit if I'm going back there. To be honest with you, I'm just
It
telling
feels
you.
amazing.
yeah, I try to like look under and grab the clit, but then you're gonna come back and you're gonna go in the box, lick the ass. Like you're gonna rotate. Well, it's hard to get the clit thing. You know
I'm
what I mean?
covering the entire gambit.
Yeah, we.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
We appreciate.
But see, he actually was saying something very similar to what
Steven
I'm
is out
saying.
here. Wow.
He said he would allow the woman to do it, but physically for him, all that kissing his back
I
and all
love
that
it.
ain't getting him
Well,
going.
I
want-
got that, and you saw me and Jen just say this explains
This
the
is it.
disconnect.
This is the disconnect.
between men and women on foreplay, right? Because it always feels like that's a I
Like
don't know what
it's,
the word is. It's always a struggle, right? Men, it almost like men have a time box on it, right? Like,
Right.
oh, if we go up to this time, I don't know what happens to y'all mentally, but y'all can't go past this certain time box.
if
Shout out to
Brian
Bees
reach
Rest.
out and steal another fucking beer. But also, this is one thing that I say to men: there's a difference between a moist and a wet pussy. And
Absolutely.
I think that men don't realize that. And so it's always wet. It's not always moist. And I don't want you to stick it in until it's moist. And that's going to take,
You just told me 15
I
minutes
said
ago
it's
you sitting there
always
soaking
wet.
right
but
now.
you wasn't listening. I said it's always
said that
wet.
weird. Can we
People
It's
can
always
we
wet.
run that back?
Though.
There's a difference between
But
wet
you're
and
mostly-
moist.
That's why I said
Y'all
foreplay.
happy with wet. I'm like, wait a second, let's get to moist.
But think about why I said foreplay
moist
is
is-
mostly
Moist is
Either
a
way,
little bit
your
of a
point-
thicker liquid.
Your point is made.
it's mostly for y'all. We doing stuff to you to get you going, to get you to the point where it's gonna be enjoyable for you. On average, I would assume, I'm only one man, I would assume that most men don't need or even desire to be
You know I'm
licked
taking a
all
poll
over.
after this.
I mean, I
after this.
could be wrong.
I'm taking a poll after this podcast.
Now I ain't saying, like I said, now
I want to hear Brian's thoughts.
I'm not laying on my stomach. Another man might be cool
you
with it, but I
laying
bet
on
if
your
you
stomach.
ask him, purely speaking, just physically.
Yeah.
Did he enjoy having his back and all that lick? He'll probably tell you,
don't feel
I just
like-
enjoyed it because she liked doing it. But physically, it probably didn't do that much to him.
I don't feel like nothing. Nah, it don't really
See?
feel no
This
kind
is
of
so
way.
sad.
That is
like
so
what you want.
sad to me.
B, what you say?
That is so sad.
Physically, does all that really do something to you, or is it more she just getting her shit off and you loving her getting her shit off?
I like a good back lick.
B said he like a good back
Hey,
lick.
to each his
Physically,
own.
it feel okay.
I've never
Alright,
felt
cool.
it. I've never felt it. I've never had a woman say turn
My
over.
nipples, I'm on it. Let's do it. I
Yeah,
like
the
it.
nipple
So
don't do nothing for me. I
FYI,
gotta do
Brian
it.
likes
but
his
don't-
back
I'm kind of
lick, his
anti-nipple.
nipples
It's like
tweaked.
it
don't do shit.
tickle or something. I don't like the nipple part. That's one thing I don't. I literally just don't. I don't feel good. I don't like the way that feels.
With it
But-
being tweaked or it being like.
Lick, tweak. I just, like leave my nipples alone. I just don't really like it. It's just, it feels. it
I've
don't
heard
feel
that
funny to me.
from
I don't like
men.
that. But anything else you into, cool. I've had like partners that like, I want to lick your ass. You can lick my ass. It don't feel
Oh,
like
you
shit
like
to
a
me.
good ass lick?
I don't. If that's what you into,
Yeah, I can't.
I'm excited that you like it. If that's you feel that kind of freaky right now, cool. I'm with it. It don't feel no particular way.
I
to
will
me, though.
say that, I mean, honestly, I want to propose to the man that did it to me. But it's not
don't know where we're
something that,
going.
You sure you
that
ain't had
is,
sex before you get here?
I didn't. That's not
should.
required. It's not required. Well, first off, I'm 52. I don't know if y'all know what happens at 52. Like the menopause is just wow. But I don't think it's a necessity for an ass licking.
I'm not that into. Personally, I'll be honest. I'll be flat out honest. It feels great, but I can't get into it.
See, I'm the
Physically, it feels
opposite.
great.
I'm the
But
opposite.
mentally, it fucks.
We've
me.
already know that
I'm
you
the
can't be on
complete
your
opposite,
stomach
bro.
during
Really?
sex. That's
You
not
don't
I'm
gonna
the
want no
happen.
complete opposite.
stomach.
Physically, it don't.
Physically, it feels
mentally
kinda
though,
good.
it's like she is there.
No,
You know what I mean?
That should make me feel feminine. I ain't gonna lie. I'm being honest.
This dude has
dog.
hang-ups,
Keep it
y'all.
in the
Why?
Dog, the positions you got to get in to get your
Yo,
ass licked is not a normal
toot that
position for a
ass
man.
up.
Agreed.
So
That's
me
crazy.
putting
Wait a
my
minute.
knees on
You
my
don't-
shit.
You
yeah,
ass licker
no, we
too,
not
shit?
doing that.
No.
bro.
You don't sleep
I'm not
on
getting
your
no
I
all
don't
fours.
believe it. Don't believe you.
I've never done it.
You never licked no ass before? But you talking this crazy.
As
to me.
infatuated as
you
you are
talking
with
crazy to
Lance's
me.
ass, I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
No,
you
I'm
talking
gonna stick
crazy
my
to me,
finger
though.
in Lance's ass. I don't want to lick
Hold on,
it.
don't say Lance. You know another Lance.
Just don't. Now, this is what I
Lance
think. I
finger
think
strong.
that once we are comfortable, there
That
should
conversation we had at the beginning.
there should be no no's. I don't feel like there should be no's
Brian, you on
in
it.
sex. Like we should be. That's why I want us to talk a lot because there shouldn't be any no's. Like all these no's with Lance.
What you mean there shouldn't be no
There
no's?
shouldn't be no no's.
If you don't like some shit, I
That's
don't
just
take
nuts.
Let's just
disagree
try
with
it
you.
That's
once.
rapey
I know
as fuck.
women who
Let's
don't
try
like
it
certain
once.
shit.
That's rapey as
Yeah, I
fuck.
can't.
Well-
If a woman tell me no, if I want to fuck
I
in the ass,
disagree
and
with
she like, I ain't
Jimmy. I
with it,
just
that's
got
okay.
some
That's
hard
different.
no's.
Okay, we're gonna say that.
I know
Other
women.
than
You don't
the
respect
ass,
none of my
that should be
boundaries? I can't say
I
no
know a
to
woman
nothing.
who does not like head.
Take it, nigga.
Oh,
Whoa.
no, I have,
you like me and-
I have friends like that.
What if you
I
like me
think
and
they
you
haven't
want
had
to
it
beat
good.
the shit out of somebody?
But see,
during
I
sex?
thought
No,
that
I'm
too.
good.
I'm
They did
I
not
do
like
have
head.
friends who don't like head, and
Yeah.
I think that they just haven't had it good.
And
Because
you
how
would
do you
know
not
women
like
that
that?
don't like
I
head?
do too.
Yeah, we have a friend.
I've met a couple.
Yeah, I mean they just
Somebody I know?
yeah.
That's y'all's fault. Y'all keep sending these niggas back into the wild with no skills.
No. It wasn't that
They
it was
don't
done
like it,
wrong.
though.
She just don't like it. I have a couple
You
of
never met
friends
a
like
woman
that.
who don't like head?
Then you don't think it's not wrong?
I don't think it's wrong.
I've never given a woman head. She's like, I didn't like that.
No.
No,
Not
they
that she
typically
didn't
won't.
like your
They
head.
typically
She don't
won't
like
even let
head.
you do it. They won't
Period.
even
That's what I'm
let
saying.
you.
I've never had that experience.
I have friends who won't even like. Please don't. I don't want
Yep.
that.
Oh,
I never had that experience.
Yeah.
I never had that experience.
Just like some women don't like their ass licked. Like certain people
Sure.
don't like
Yeah.
certain feelings. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced it before.
Ass licking is such another level. Like I told you earlier, I can't count. I don't know how many partners I've had, but I can tell you precisely how many asses I've had. I can.
That is down to a few.
We can pinpoint that number very easily.
I don't think I would ever be able to get comfortable. And Joe, I'm just that shit makes me feel feminine, Joe. And I do not like feeling that way. I don't. That shit, I can't.
So
it,
wait,
it
let me
feels
ask you
great,
this.
but I can't get into it.
Do you have a problem being vulnerable in bed? Just letting her totally control everything.
No, I like to be. I like a dominant, controlling woman. That shit
Okay.
turn
You
me
go for
the
that
fuck on.
sometimes?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, nigga. Take
More
over.
often than not,
Smack
or-
my hands, tell me don't touch you, run the whole show. I'm with all that.
Okay.
I'm with all. I love
Let me
that.
ask you a
Lance want to be
question.
choked out.
Give
Lance
me
wanna
a
be choked
percentage
out.
on that, if you will.
I asked for it. That is your question. I
You
would
asked
ask
them to
So
be
it's
dominant?
preferable.
Yes, I mean, typically I'm the dominant person.
Sure.
But I like for the woman to sometimes take over and say,
Yes.
"This is my show. Don't fucking touch me. I got
Right.
all this shit."
And the best way to do that is to
I
put you in some
respect
fucking.
I'm
Put you in
in.
some
I'm all in
handcuffs.
100%.
I respect
all
Put his
in.
ass in some
That
handcuffs.
means she riding on her feet.
Then he can't
Man.
do shit.
That means she riding on her feet.
Y'all
None of
know how
that,
tired
none of that knee
Special
riding.
woman.
She riding on her feet.
Say it right.
Listen, adopt a woman.
He's
tiring
38. He's
that
38. He's 38.
How, what that is?
So this little
tiring
younger
that
they
is.
can do
Now,
that.
what we just talking about doing
Time
work?
out, time out.
What we just talking about doing work? What
shit
you
is
saying?
Bobby,
That shit is
I'm-
hard.
I'm tired of you coming at me right now. I want to inform you. You wouldn't be close to my oldest partner, sexual partner. So, cool out.
I'm just saying, the 60-year-old is not riding on her feet.
Okay.
Why
Because
not?
her fucking knees are
Work
bad.
out,
Knees
shit.
hurt.
Okay.
Like,
Write this nigga down.
Now listen.
Okay.
Now listen what she said. Now y'all are talking about lazy sex, and now you want to sit here talking about what you ain't gonna
riding
do.
on the feet?
But
No,
y'all want that nigga to be humping on
I
you for
just said
30
I wouldn't
consecutive
do
minutes
it.
nonstop.
I never said I wouldn't do it. I just said it takes a lot of.
That's why I said
It's a lot of
15
work.
seconds and the
Too
knee
much
start
work for me.
smoking. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's exactly
Hey,
my point.
listen.
But y'all want that man to be able to fuck you for 30 minutes straight and he shouldn't get tired physically. Oh, he can't last and all that. Y'all can't do shit for 30 minutes straight.
Ladies
Well,
and
see,
You
gentlemen.
that's
can't
why-
do nothing for 30 minutes
So
straight.
that's why you're supposed to be switching positions and doing like it's supposed to be a dance.
But that's why you
You're not
should do
supposed
a
to be
lot of
just doing a 30
foreplay.
minute
If
by
you get her
yourself.
hot enough, you can fuck up for 3 minutes and she be on about it.
Facts.
But y'all don't do
Facts.
foreplay
Facts.
long enough.
I agree with you. Like that's
true
what I'm
shit.
saying. Like
Facts.
she should be damn near ready to come before the session start.
Agreed.
So she didn't bust 2-3 times before we even get to penetration.
Maybe I
That's
want
the
you
dream.
Now we just
to
bring,
do that shit. Maybe I'm tired of you doing the scoot on my
that's
motherfucking dick, and I
that's
want
the
you to do
session.
another
I don't
trick.
know about the dream. That's
You know what
what
I
it
mean?
is.
It's only so many tricks in the book.
You know what the scoot is. You know what the scoot is. Every man know what the scoot is.
What is the
Scooter.
school? Wait
Now-
a minute. What is it?
I don't know what school it is. She just-
Demonstrated.
Well, she
Y'all
just sitting on
can't
you going
see.
back and forth. Now,
She ain't-
I love it because that means she like deep penetration. It
Because
makes her
you in the
come.
back of that thing and you
Yeah,
out
it
here rubbing
make-
across the top of that. That's cool.
It makes
But
her come.
When you on your feet,
Oh, I've watched your girls'
especially when you on your
music
feet,
videos.
and you up
The
a little
visual-
bit, and you give me just enough space where I can come back at you.
And you can hold her up. And don't worry, them knees get tired. I got the rest.
I got you. I got you.
I
Titties
need her
bouncing.
just listen to this.
My God.
Hold on, Chantel ain't never been as quiet.
Brian, I am tripping. I'm like, I think we're on the Lance and Herb show.
That,
Tom in the deep water. What are you doing over there?
Hey, I warned you for
I got Lance, Herb, and Jen. Like,
Wait, and that's one
I
thing
don't have
too.
to
So
say
they
shit.
act like, but don't act like it's not men out here with bad rhythm. So when
How
you
would I
talk
know?
about,
how am I supposed to know?
but what
How
I'm
would I
telling
know?
y'all is, a lot of men are not putting in all the work because their rhythm is bad,
I can believe
or
it.
they
don't
come
doubt
too
it.
quick,
I take
or
your
their
word
dick
for it.
is little.
don't
Like it's
doubt
so
it.
many different factors.
You gotta
Don't
stop body
doubt it.
shaming. You gotta stop
You
body
do have to stop
shaming.
body shaming.
You
That nigga
just
didn't pick
said
the- he ain't
something
pick
about
the
the
side of
chick
the dick
that
now.
can't do
I've
the.
had women tell me, my homegirl told me yesterday, matter of fact, she was like, no, small nigga went crazy on her shit. So, I mean,
He might
Oh
machine
no, I'm
gun-
not saying
he
that
might give you
sometimes a
machine
small
gun funk.
dude can't, because I've had a, shout out. But that's not the norm.
yeah. And I don't
It
mean,
needs some girth. It just can't be like literally.
yeah, it can't be. It can't
Hey,
be.
you know what's
little.
funny? Now let a nigga say, you know what? I need you to have more ass and tits. Boy, the outrage that
Y'all
will
do
come
though.
out of you.
Y'all do
if
say
that nigga
that.
told
Y'all
you-
do Y'all do
Why
say
y'all
that.
think these
Ain't
women
no-
out here getting these BBLs?
We ain't
Because
forgetting
y'all
all
like,
that.
you ain't got no
But
ass.
hold on,
I
but
wanna
ain't no
slap
man,
it.
ain't
I
no
wanna
man
see
gonna
you
sit here and
twerk.
say, oh, she ain't got enough ass and tits to please. Like, y'all hate that shit. That will send a woman. That will send a
Well-
whole group of women off. That nigga will be banished.
But we're talking about that's impacting my orgasm. If
So
I
is-
can't
so is
feel
that flat
anything,
ass.
no,
No,
you
it's
don't
not.
come
That's
regardless.
a
If you
bullshit,
bend over and I
Lance.
see a right angle, I am turned off. I am turned the
Wait
fuck
a minute.
off.
Y'all started this whole conversation.
Your
that
shit look like a kitchen table when you been. I don't want to see that shit.
yeah, not,
Yeah.
like, because you ain't even got to have that much ass for the view to look good when you bend over
it need a little
properly. It's
curve,
still,
right?
it's still, like, it just give that, it might be a complete
But if she
illusion.
bent over and it look like this.
But if you just,
I don't think it's a woman's ass that's flat.
you standing
No.
behind
Right.
this,
When you
standing in
bent
front of
over,
this motherfucker
when
at
you
best.
bent over, it's all round.
So some chicks
Nah.
barely got
No.
Man, some chicks that have no ass at
No,
all.
Jen, there's definitely
Yes.
some flat
But when
booty
you're
bitches
bent
out there.
over, it's round.
I never find
No,
out
it's
because I
not
have
true.
no interest.
Jen.
I don't want to see that shit.
It's not true.
I don't want to see that shit.
It's not true.
She ain't gotta have no big ass at all, but she gotta have a little curve.
Nah,
something.
just
Yeah.
some, it can be very
And the
proportional
curve
to her
comes from
body.
when you bend her over.
No, she don't
Or
have no
she
meat
gonna
back there.
She could even be a person that you would generally look at and stand up like, she ain't got no ass for real. But even her, when she bend over, it creates that illusion.
That's what
so
I'm
if you don't
saying
even
to
get
you.
that
There's
illusion,
no table
no,
ass.
No, there is.
There
so if you don't
is.
even get that, you talking about standing in front of this desk type shit like that.
There's women
wild
who
as hell.
have
And that
flat
exists.
asses. They
That
back
exists.
connect to their thighs. Sit.
Long back.
Ain't shit in the middle.
Long back.
And what I'm saying to
Only
you
way you can identify
is
the ass
that-
is there's
wait,
a
what
slit
Tanya
in the middle.
say?
Oh, that's
Just,
right.
now look, I got a solution. Just don't fuck them from the back, and you good.
I'm not fucking her at all.
No,
I'm
we're
not
not
talking
doing
to
that.
her other than being friends. I
We're not
have zero.
doing that.
See, that's what I'm saying, Tanya. When you bent over, that ass goes nice and rich.
Tanya probably got a little meat on
Tanya
her
said,
ass.
I ain't got no ass,
She
but
said she
bent
ain't got no
over,
ass, but
baby.
bent over.
Some
baby.
chicks
That
is like
shit-
the Impossible
exactly.
Burger. That shit is meatless. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry.
I believe
You,
I don't
No.
believe
you
you.
worked in the office before?
How many women have you
You
hit
done
from
worked
the
around a bunch
back,
of white
Jen?
women?
Yeah.
Then you done see some flat ass.
Oh, thank you, Eric. I'm asking the same thing. Like,
You
how many
see
women have you
some
hit from the
flat
back?
I'm
Like,
just thinking about the science. We're talking about the science.
No, we're not
and the
talking about the
science is
science.
when you bend over, the ass is going to go
Sweetheart.
like a
No.
I
scissors.
said
Yeah.
porn with chicks who don't have no ass.
No.
I'm going to look it up today when I get home.
There's
nothing to
Pornhub,
look
I
up.
bet you can do a search.
Go find
no
that
ass
woman.
women.
Just telling you.
All right.
All right, we about to close this out.
Why? We just get started.
To Brian's point, I've literally said nothing this entire show.
We just
See, this
get
why y'all
And
got
while
an
Brian
inbox about
talking
me.
shit, Brian loves shows like this where he ain't got to say shit. He
Ain't
just
got to
be
say
sitting there
shit,
like,
ain't got to do shit, but just talk about
He
us
been wild
and
in
make
the
little
back,
fucking
though. I
jokes.
ain't gonna lie. He been holding it down, going crazy in the back.
Oh, wait, can we please close on this question?
which question? Okay. Herbie.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the closing question. And I guess they already answered this question. What can women do to encourage more foreplay from men?
To encourage more foreplay from men, stop fucking without it.
No.
That ain't that deep. Like,
I love a concise answer. We ain't had one all fucking night.
it
This is when they be concise.
ain't that deep. Like, oh, I demand foreplay. Then demand it. And the best way to do that is to not fuck without getting warmed up first. We live in Chicago. You're going to warm your motherfucking car before you go outside and start that motherfucker. Before you go outside and drive that motherfucker. So if that's what you desire, that's what you need sexually, then you should get that 100%. And again, going back to, ain't no bad sex, good sex is just what you need for you. Some people ain't got no problem coming right in, cold, unwarmed up, hot. That's cool. But if you need something more, then just demand that and don't compromise yourself. Don't fuck without it.
Don't
That's it.
compromise. Y'all hear that, women? And we're
Why
going to start
would you,
telling
though?
y'all about your
Why
baby
would you?
licks.
Why would you?
If there's been points in my life like I ain't fucking without it. I ain't fucking nobody that don't suck dick.
Licking around the pussy. Lick the...
Why is it like?
I don't... This is the clit, and this is them kissing around.
I just think y'all need to
No.
learn how to talk to the men that you're with. Whatever type of man he is, talk to him on his level in regards to what you want.
But
Some
you
men
know
may
that
be-
every man thinks he's amazing in bed.
I
And
don't-
that's y'all's
I will
fault.
tell y'all.
I told you. I
mean, every
speaking to
woman
men,
thinks
I don't
she
think that
amazing
men
in
say
bed.
that. I know a lot of men who are very
I don't think so.
have humility about their sexual exploits.
Like, like I said, you have to talk to my partners. They'll tell you what they think about me. But I don't know. I'm there. I'm doing what I'm doing. They'll tell you if that shit was great, average, or a huff. That's on them, right? I can only tell you that they all came back. Yeah, that's all I know.
Now, how many women do you know say they ain't got no good pussy?
I have a couple of friends that's going through some menopausal
No.
issues right now.
We ain't talking about because they. No. We not doing that. No, stop doing that. Yeah. How many women do you know that say, you know what, my pussy ain't actually ain't that good. My shit average in the month.
I mean, I just said like 30 seconds ago, every woman thinks she's amazing in bed.
Right.
Every woman.
But
I don't know if
then
every
y'all
woman thinks
criticize
it's
men
there.
A lot
because
of
men
us
think
do.
they amazing. Ain't that funny?
Well,
Every woman you know thinks she amazing, but how dare this nigga think he amazing? The audacity of that son bitch. While you sitting there thinking your pussy
stand
shooting
up,
out
I'ma
stars.
slap your ass.
See, you wild.
Now wait a minute, Lance.
And y'all be
Now
gassing.
wait a minute. Where have you? Well, I don't know. I don't date women, so I don't know. Because I've definitely had men like, I'm gonna blah 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 blah, and I be
And
like,
then
word.
show up and be
selling
like,
his product and he wants you to buy. But when you get around a group of niggas, I done heard niggas be like, Joe, I ain't raw like that shit. I just do my thing. Every nigga don't talk like he the greatest in bed. We
You're
not
right,
as
because
detailed
I
as
have
y'all.
heard men say that as long as I get mine, I've heard some men say, as long as I get mine, you better get yours.
And that's their way of telling you I ain't no killer.
Lance,
No, I can't
let
fuck
me
them,
ask
no.
you a question. At this age in life, and around you two, at this age in life, do y'all think y'all have a radar for when a woman is nice in bed? You think like, oh, I bet she could fuck. Like, I bet she nice with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Both of y'all say yeah. I agree.
Off the vibe.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Like I could spend a couple minutes around. I'm like, oh, I bet she crazy. And it's almost never that wild woman in the middle of the floor twerking and showing her tits. It's never her. She's
She
her.
whack.
She's
whack.
born as fuck.
She whack.
It's that one over there in the corner, quiet. She's a demon.
The woman
I would-
seducing
She's
you
nuts.
without saying much, a look, a body movement, the
She's
way she
crazy.
walks. The woman that walks in the room and every nigga, she ain't even fine like that.
Crazy.
I've seen women who are just decent looking, but they sex
100%.
appeal off the fucking
Crazy.
chain. Her? She got that shit.
I asked them brothers that to ask you sisters the same question.
Oh, I give that same
Like,
all
so
the time
y'all
for
talk
this.
about how these niggas be saying this, that, and the third. Y'all don't have that kind of radar to know, like, oh, I think he can fuck for real. He, like, not a nigga just come in, oh, I beat that shit up.
It would take several conversations for me to think, but
ain't gotta
I've
speak to
been
it.
wrong. Like
I don't gotta- she can
my
be over
favorite
there.
lovers
Oh,
are like little
she-
nerdy dudes that you would think would not be good in bed, but
We talking about we can see it from
But
across
no.
the room,
But
how
y'all
shorty
say, y'all
moving.
say big dick energy, and not meaning he got a big dick, but
Rip.
this is a term, big dick energy.
right.
I think what.
No,
what
because
y'all
there's
ask is
men with big dick energy
Brian
who
is
aren't
asking
great in
about big
bed.
dick energy.
Cause I know some big
As
dick
women-
energy dudes. They're not great in
Yeah,
bed.
because having a
I
So
having
those
a,
two
thought
things
they
are
went
not.
together.
So no,
No.
big dick energy is you commanding a room, you being charming, assertive, but that don't translate to bedroom.
Really?
That's
Then
true.
why y'all label it
Big
that
dick
way?
Energy, yeah. thought
Because
they
he
were one
might
and the
even
same.
still have a big dick. I mean, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with it.
So that's just basically a way of saying a nigga got confidence.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
right.
All right.
Well, you just can't deny him.
Right.
You gotta see what that's
He
about.
has the presence. That's the way of saying he
Yes,
has the
absolutely.
presence. Okay. I thought he did have also.
No, because
He was-
they're
I thought
like
he
some
did.
men
Me
I
too.
look at that have big dick energy. Anyway, and I think he's probably terrible in bed.
Is this-
Oh,
Like
we were
I
talking
would
about
never.
Name him.
Like no, I would never.
name
I know for a
Put a
fact,
name in
and
there,
I have never fucked him, but I can promise you he's terrible in bed.
I will
just
say he
know
is an inner zoner, so I'll say that.
That's terrible.
To answer your question, I get it wrong every single time.
Really?
Every single time.
You gotta
I'm
get your radar
thinking
adjusted.
Every
I'm-
time in your life you've gotten it wrong.
You gotta get recalibrated.
every time I'm like, he probably gonna be man bad. I be wrong as shit. I be like, ooh, I can't wait. Then I be like, oh, that's so disappointing.
I
I
have.
can never get that shit right. So I'm just like,
How many women have you had that's actually
maybe. I don't
bad
know.
in bed? Like bad.
I've had it.
percentage.
My percentage is very low on that. Bad? That's low. That's low.
It's hard for me to really put a percentage on it because when I was like mass fucking like that, I didn't even really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't even really evaluating it that tough. I was just like, oh, there's a hole, and there's a hole, and there's a hole, and there's a hole, and there's a hole. So now that I'm really evaluating what great sex is, it's hard. I don't have as many parts. I'm not that that random with it no more. So I would say some, but I wouldn't put a high number on it. 20, 30%.
That
Damn,
seems high.
that's
Yeah,
high.
that seems high.
20,
30%.
30%.
That's my number.
And you-
Definitely way below that.
We said bad.
Bad
Yeah.
sex.
You said 20%?
I could probably say
I would say
That's
20.
high?
maybe one or two in my life had bad sex.
One or two.
She might have been not. She wasn't great. She might have been, but bad. Like I just didn't
bad.
want to.
Like fuck it, we're done. Like I don't want you.
Yeah,
to,
that
like,
might have happened once
yeah,
or twice in
that's-
my life.
yeah.
Maybe once or twice. That don't happen.
I get what y'all saying, but I don't know.
Well, you didn't want
I
to
don't know-
fuck her no more.
I don't know if we define. Okay, so now you put that definition on it.
Yeah.
It might come down a little bit, but I'm trying to as a grown man, I'm trying to define it how I see it today
Okay.
versus what I would have hit when I was 19,
That is
23,
different. You're right.
25.
That's
You know what I mean?
different.
Like
That's different.
I was hitting different shit. Now I wouldn't hit half the women I hit back then. You know what I mean? Like all that shit was.
I agree because even the sex.
You ain't know what you was doing on the second
Right.
day.
This age-
You wasn't on the
Exactly.
feet riding. You wasn't really about pleasing. You wasn't
Herman's
really.
really on that foot riding.
That shit mattered. But you wasn't on the ass smacking. You wasn't on the talking. Like you was quiet. Half of my history can go away. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like y'all wasn't like that. But so that's what I mean when I'm like that number can get really up there. Cause like when I was 22, y'all hit you twice. I wouldn't hit you once today though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. So it just depends on actually how we labeling that.
Now
thing.
we care more about chemistry.
Yeah,
The
I
vibe.
want to have great sex,
Yeah.
bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
I'd rather
Like,
have no sex at all than have mediocre or bad
my
sex.
beat off game is strong. You know what I'm saying? Like I can make me come real hard.
Me too.
So if it ain't gonna at least match that,
I have a handheld shower.
we can
So
move on from this shit.
All right, we about to move on
that.
from this goddamn conversation and finally close this out.
My beat off game is strong.
that
dude.
get a handheld shower, ladies. Handheld shower.
I mean that level enough. We're actually seeing some titties, ass, and pussy, and talking to you and having this energy exchange. But just for the nut, I got that covered. We straight.
I always say my woman should be able to turn. My wife could turn me on with her voice.
That's nice.
Oh, that's
She can
sweet.
talk you
Glad
through a
you
nut.
married her.
See, she can talk you through a night. It might take a little touch.
Hold on, without touching me?
Nah, I don't have that ability. I can't. I mean, I ain't never had that experience where a woman can just talk me straight, but she can talk me through it with a little touch.
Yeah, because I married what I wanted. I got a woman who's sexy the motherfucker, so she ain't got to do much to get me going, goddamn it. She come past the nigga in the room with a smile, I be like,
What you say?
Tonight is
yeah, I
the
married who I
night.
wanted. Yeah. That's what you need, though. You need a woman who can get in tune, like he said, without necessarily touching me. She can say some shit or do some shit to get me the fuck going. Before we was living together, we used to be on the phone, and I'd be like, Joe, you got me rock right now.
I need my
You would say Joe.
life partner to be.
I would say Joe to her, but
My life partner I need my life partner to be for me, absolute fucking whore, like slut,
Right.
like
I tell my
not every
married
night.
friends that.
That's not always what sex is. We're gonna make love. We're gonna do the but if we're gonna be together. Yes, there
I
has to be
believe
a
that a
slut
woman
deep
is
down
a
there
whore
somewhere.
for the right
slut you
man.
out.
Slut me out. I want to slut there got to be a whore somewhere in there. Like
So for all the girls who are gonna fly in Herb's DMs, you
Don't.
have to be a whore.
that's
He,
not true.
you
That's
you
not
gotta
true.
slut him out.
That's not true.
He wants you to say, slut me out.
did not
I have
make
never
that
even
right.
heard of that term
Not
until
true.
today.
I didn't say that. I don't
I
want
promise you,
That
the
was
next
horrible
time
marketing right
I
there.
have sex, I am going to say, slut me out.
I love-
I've never even heard
I love that
term
for you,
before.
and I
If you
want
told your
that
man
for you.
slut you out, the look
I'm
on
like,
that
slut
nigga's
me
face,
out.
boy. Just to hit them words.
Who don't want to be? Never mind.
But-
And that's what I said. Everybody wants to be that.
First of all,
It shouldn't even be a conversation.
But all sex ain't like that. Some sex, especially when you marry, all sex ain't finna be goddamn it the wild shit. But
No, not all.
But sometimes
She like tonight
you
though. Tonight
You want that
I want you
slut?
to kill
Tanya,
it.
I've never heard of slut me out till today. But that was the other thing.
Are you serious?
What was the other thing
How
that
old
y'all
are you?
used?
38?
I don't
52.
know.
What was the other thing he said about post nut?
clarity.
Clarity.
Post nut clarity.
Everybody
That's another
knows that
new
except
term.
you.
That shit
Right.
real.
I didn't make that shit up.
That shit real. That's real.
Post nut clarity, slut me out. Two new
okay,
terms.
fucking podcasters, enough.
Sorry, we're gonna shut up. We're gonna
Thank
be
you,
quiet.
Herb, for
Silence.
coming on. We've
My
missed
pleasure.
you
Thanks for having
dearly.
me.
Thank you, Jen. You're a pleasure per usual. And Lance,
Without as bad as they say. Close.
they didn't tell us what they were concerned
Well,
about.
first off, he's sober, so you got to see drunk
I'm always
Lance.
sober.
Lance, get the fuck out of
Those
here.
are rare occasions. Those are rare occasions when I just grabbed the vodka and started taking shots.
but will you come back?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Will the toothpick come back?
Absolutely.
It's a staple. He has to bring it.
That shit go
All
with
right.
me everywhere.
Gene, when you touch his ass, tell everybody.
Yeah. Oh, I promise you. If Lance wasn't married, I'd be touching that ass tonight just so he's gonna say yes.
You a wild boy.
All right.
You wild as hell.
We'll be back next week. Do we want to talk about what we're going to do next week? So next week we're going to do another music draft. We haven't done one. And this is going to be the Blue Eyed Soul draft next week. So
Give me an
this
example of blue eyes soul.
White boy that's can sing.
yeah, like
Oh,
Hall
blue
and
eyes. Okay,
Oates,
I got it.
Whoever was here
Thicke.
with us that night, they were
Okay,
just
got it,
making
got
shit
it,
up.
got
Every
it.
white person. I'm
Got
like,
it.
So thank you guys for the comments. I didn't get to see everything.
Damn, she
Y'all
gonna shoot
had
me like
Herb
that, though?
and Brian cracking up.
Tanya, I'm ready to go on the streets, girl. Let's go.
I ain't
Let's
gonna
go.
teach
Let's
your
go.
wife how to poke that thing.
Right.
Shit, she trying to make me get
Exactly.
divorced.
Okay, can y'all like?
You definitely should be laying on your
We're having too
stomach
much fun.
tonight.
No,
Can y'all give me 30 seconds to close?
no, we're having too much fun.
Only if Lance is gonna let his wife.
With y'all whole
Make 'em lay on
whole
his stomach.
family, all y'all viewers out here, we having too much fun. No.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week. And Brian will be actually back, even though he's over there in the corner. Bye.
Right. Bye, y'all.
In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast. In the zone.